scar on his lip. Boot prints burned in the dust. Tight fist, tight grip. Bar lights buzz as he kicks that door. Every head turns, but they've seen this war before. Red wolf and no rivals, teeth out for survival. If you run, then you're my prey. If you stay, better learn my name. Red wolf and no rivals, I don't share night. When I howl, whole town shakes. Every promise, every bone I'll break. Jacket torn, but the eyes still gleam. He's a bad luck charm in a dead-end dream. Pick that song, he says, and turn it loud. One man riot in a paper-thin crowd. Hey! Red wolf and no rebels, teeth out for survival. If you run, then you're my prey. If you stay, better learn my name. Red wolf and no rebels, I don't share my idols. When I howl, whole town shakes. Every promise, every bone I'll break. Who's gonna stand up? Who's gonna swing first? Oh yeah, silence like a prayer, heart like a curse. Red wolf and no rebels, teeth out for survival. If you run, then you're my prey. If you stay, better learn my name. Red wolf and no rebels, carved it in the vinyl. When I howl, whole town shakes. Every promise, every bone I'll break. Furious then came in hard, boots on the towel, jaw set tight. Talk all day, throw soft commands, so the room went quiet. One hard glance, he rolled his sleeves, cracked his knuckles, stared right through the cheap fake hustle. Broke that grin with a single scowl. Now the whole crowd back up now. You keep talking, talking, talking. He keeps walking, walking, walking. Every lie in a neat little row gets knocked down fast right to the floor. Furious then, fist of shame. Furious then, say his name. Say his name. Fist of shame, out of rain. Furious then, bring that pain. Furious then, bring that pain. Furious then, fist of shame, out of rain. Coffee in the counter, papers in the sink. Someone said a stupid thing, made the whole thing shrink. He don't need a speech, he don't need a throne. One hard stare and the loud mouths fold. Fouls in the air, pride on the line. He cuts through the smoke, leaves truth behind. If you came to bluff,
The
better
powers
duck
of
and
the
run. When
fist of
Furious
shame.
then steps in, your case is done. Keep talking, talking, talking. He keeps walking, walking, walking. Every lie in a neat little row gets knocked down fast right to the floor. Furious then, fist of shame. Furious then, say his name. Say his name. Fist of shame, out of range. Furious then, bring that pain. Furious then, bring that pain. Fist of shame, out of range. Hands in the air, room starts shaking. One last laugh, then the floor stops breaking. He don't chase cloud, he don't chase fame. He just sends that noise back where it came from. Furious Dan, fist of shame. Furious Dan, say his name. Say his name. Fist of shame, out of rain. Furious Dan, bring that pain. Furious Dan, bring that pain. Furious Dan, fist of shame, out of rain.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're back today. Yes,
Welcome to Retro Overkill Arcade Mash 'em Up 6, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe. We're gonna be playing River City Girls. I'm just wondering where Slay every game is at right now. I wonder what he's doing. But we're gonna wait till he comes in, and we're gonna be playing some games. So guys, let's have some fun. While I'm at it, I'm gonna be fighting some bad guys. And we're gonna have a great time today. We're gonna have a great time. Yes, we are gonna have a great time here on this channel. And I got my volume settings up. I don't even know why the fuck my remote is not acting. Hold up, let me see. Hold up. Okay. What the fuck just happened? Jesus Christ! It always has to be a Steam problem. Steam always has an issue with my stuff lately. So I don't even know what the fuck going on with this scenario. And Slayo, if you are gonna come in, let's have some fun and play some River City Girls. So come on. Arc system gotta work. Come on. Okay, way forward games. Alright, we skipped that. Perfect. Local play, online play. We're gonna play local because the simple fact is, can we actually choose another character? I'm gonna choose another character for today. He's on level 10. This girl is on level 19. But I'm gonna choose Marion on this one. I don't know what her color would be. Oh damn. She could be a redhead too? Oh, that's her original Marion color. Holy shit. That's from the first Double Dragon color. But she got white hair in this one for some reason. I don't know why. But you know what? Let's choose the red hair Marion.
Sure.
So right now we'll wait to Slay every game to come in, and I want to see who's online right now. Who just chatted me? Who just chatted me right now? Hey, Horfin saying game crash Steam. Yeah, just Steam itself sometimes acts pretty fucking dumb. So technically that's how Steam really works. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Slay to come in and see what he's gonna do. And just gonna hook up Marion from Double Dragon. Today I'm gonna play as Marion. She look like a fucking Super Saiyan level 4. Yep. Meanwhile, I'm just gotta whoop some asses for warm up. Yeah, baby. She looks like a fucking Dragon Ball Z character. Steam also does that even on the Steam Deck. Yeah, it does. That's called Steam for you, bro. That's called Steam for you, man. Good thing here from you, Orphan Sane. Oh, Orphan Sane, I'm gonna ask you something real quick. I wanted to ask you. I'm on level 74 with Xenoblade Chronicles, and believe me, it's getting good and good and good every time, bro. So I'm gonna continue that game tomorrow, and then on Thursday also as well, and Friday we're gonna have an epic stream. If you're gonna be around Friday, I was thinking about going to Toasties, but I'm gonna skip that because this is gonna be a Star Fox debut, and I also have a music video with Luana debuting Star Fox also as well on top of that. So I'm working on that. So I'm almost close to finishing the video, but I'm not gonna debut that video or input or any type of put any type of clips because I don't want to spoil the fun. It's coming out real good. I mean, we talking about all the Star Fox characters right next to her singing, and then on top of that, we also have a Nintendo Switch 2 camera where everybody could be on the OBS and you guys can watch the other players like me, Killer J, whoever is gonna be on the Nintendo Switch. It's gonna be on my stream. So we're gonna be having we're gonna have avatars. You know how you see me right now talking? My avatar is gonna be a different character. So technically, it's gonna be on the stream talking. Like I move my mouth and it's gonna move his mouth. Like it's gonna be, it's gonna be crazy. So I'm not gonna be on camera on this. I'm gonna be on camera on the Switch. So it's gonna be like, it's just gonna be epic, bro. It's gonna be, how I'm gonna set this up, we're gonna have to get ready, get the camera ready, because there's 2 separate cameras. I got one for the PC, which I'm using right now, and the other one's gonna be on the Switch 2. On the Switch 2, you could put any camera device. It has to be a Logitech. So that'd be a separate camera to come in. Oh, it's gonna be off the hook, guys. This is gonna be a good stream, bro. For Star Fox, Friday coming up, the debut. I will start around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Whenever Killer J is ready, yeah. I'll be out of town Friday, but I'll leave on vacation on Thursday. No problemo, bro. No problemo, man. You have a great, fantastic day on vacation, my brother. Hey, J Star Hiker, how you doing, sweetie? How you been? Hopefully everything going well for you, sweetie. I'm on Discord if you want to hop in, sweetie. You're more than welcome anytime. Billy Wilson, what's going on, my brother? How you been, man? I haven't seen you in quite a bit. Good to see you, man. Yeah, we're doing some retro gaming. I'm waiting for Slay Every Game to come in. I don't know what Slay is doing. I just beat up Mario just now on the fucking floor. So we're gonna go check the map right now. We're gonna find out where I'm gonna be at. There is another street over here too. As I know of. Yeah, I'm gonna play as Marion today, man. Today I'm gonna be playing as Marion. So I don't know what part of town am I in right now. Hey, we got Homie the Clown over here.
Get your games
right here.
$100 per game? Ah, shit, I'm about to buy me some video games up in here. One. Eat it. Found the last game. Story.
Sweet.
That's a rare one.
Story.
Inventory.
+1.
Story.
User reward number.
You've got one, right?
Story.
16 bits. Continue.
5, 4, 3.
Yeah, that gave me more power for later, but I'm gonna use that as the master. Oh, fuck. It sucks not having a partner. Damn, I'm getting fucked up by fucking Harley Quinn. A team with Harley Quinn, man. Damn. I guess Super Saiyan level 3 Marion or 4 ain't doing good for her. Damn, I got fucked. Yeah, she's not heavily like leveled up like that. Not compared to the other girl. We're going back to the hideout. Yeah, I'm going to strip club. Holy shit, bro. Holy shit, you going to a strip club? Roadkill, what's going on, my brother? How's it going on Rumble? Shout out to Roadkill 101. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, man. Orphans ain't going to a strip club? Is it your birthday or is it a bachelor party for the guys? Are you getting married, Orphans Zane? Because the only time you go to strip clubs, the only time I have gone to strip clubs, it was somebody who was getting married, or they were just a bachelor party for just the hell of it. But I haven't gone to strip club in years, but I'm not planning to do Intenso anyway. I got a wife, so I'm married, so I don't fuck around. All I do is work and go home, and that's it. My days of going to strip clubs and watching girls dance are fucking over. I better just watch them dance online instead and just flirt with them for the hell of it. So that's what I do. Like I said, man, there's plenty of women out there online trying to hit up on me and shit. You know? Oh, neither? Oh, shit. Oh, that's what's up. So you just going for the hell of it. Ah, man. That's what's up, man. I hope you land on some girl, man. That'd be fantastic. That'd be a better night for you. Oh, man. I was gonna say something to Roadkill real quick. Roadkill, I found on Instagram, and I'm not even fucking kidding, bro. Super fucking gorgeous. I found a real life person of my created character, Luana. And this person's an actual woman, man. She's fucking, like, literally, holy shit, bro. She looked just like my character, bro. Holy fucking shit, bro. I tell you, I will send you a picture later on, Roadkill. On Discord, though. I'm private. I sent it to Killer J. He was like, holy shit, she's fucking smoking. It said that she got some fatter ass though. She has some fatter ass, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, man. I would like to show it here on the chat, but I can't do it. Hey, Valkyria winner, what's up, bro? What's going on, my brother? Yeah, man. I don't know what to do from here, bro. Okay, I lost track of this. Let's go this way. We gotta make it to some area right now and unlock some shit. Really, was it? Yeah, dance girl. Oh, that's what's up, man. Yeah, that's wild, bro. I'm telling you, I'm not even kidding. I will show you a picture of her, bro. And I got the picture too, bro. It's fucking. I thought she was AI, but no, she's actually dancing for real. No AI dance like that, bro. When AI dance, they skip the hand. You see it. No, this goes for real. This goes the real deal. A real life fucking red hair chick, bro. Literally. Fucking smoking short hair and everything, bro. Face, same fucking look. I was just thinking to myself, I thought she might fucking sue me. She actually see my actual Luana character. I said that's not gonna even be perfect to her though. But I show it to you, Roadkill. I'm telling you, man, it's fucking, she's gorgeous, bro. Fucking, I follow her too. She goes by Mona something on Instagram. What the fuck these motherfuckers are blanking, bro? Yeah, I am single too. It makes it easy when I want just to take it off and spend a day in a state park or laze around playing games or something. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, man. Being single sometimes is great. I've been single before I met my wife. I've been single for fucking 19 years. So having a companion for me was the best thing I ever had, bro. All I wanted was to have a girlfriend and be able to have fun and communicate with her and be able to take her out and see a beautiful smile every single day. That's what I want. That's what I wanted. All I wanted is to treat a girl right. That's all I been. That's all I have always been. You know? And I'm happy I met my wife, and believe me, bro, she's been my rock and everything, man. She's a pain in the ass, but I don't give a fuck. I'd rather be with her than fucking be by myself and fucking moaning around looking at fucking four walls and not waking up to somebody every fucking day, you know? But you gotta find the right person for that. You just can't just fucking go in, just pick a random girl out of nowhere. No, I start with a friendship first, man. I want to get to know the girl, what she's been at, what she's all about. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll rush into a relationship ever, bro. That's the worst. That shit never works out, bro. Oh shit, what the fuck is in here? Y'all wonder what the Slayer is at. He's probably hanging out with Rhoda. Nothing up here. Yeah, Valkyrie, yeah, gee, man, good to see Valkyrie here, man. I haven't seen Valkyrie here in quite a long time, bro. The Fudo man, that's the Fudo man right there, bro. You gotta be careful with the Fudos, bro. Yeah, man, we see what this girl wants. Oh my god, we got an annoying girl here.
We're leaving.
I dated a few times, I never worked out.
Nope.
It's just, you know what it is, it's just that you haven't found the right connected person yet. That's why. It's not easy. Not easy.
What brings you two out
She's
here?
gotta find a connection
You know, beating people up,
just to have a decent date.
hangout spots from those dummy
I
yappers
dated
jerks.
I dated a few girls already, and I feel you. I haven't worked out, and I dated hot ones,
Molly McMuffins? She
dime
was being
pieces.
Naughty, so
Believe
we
me.
had to
And
get rid of
we had
her.
normal conversations and stuff like that. Some of them were thinking, oh, I'm not your type. So you know, it's
No,
just.
of course not.
It is what it is,
I gave
man.
Molly to my sister.
I'm not gonna go
That's
chase
how
after
the
a girl,
broader
bro.
life changed.
I'm not.
I'm into cats
I'm not.
now.
I'm just gonna live. I just move on forward and keep moving to the next.
This
You know?
is hell.
Only problem is the cats all escaped.
That's how it is.
To help me around them,
Don't tell me I gotta go
Too
go
soon.
around finding Hellzo's
This is
cats.
hell. Now we're in it.
Damn you, Hellzo! Why I gotta keep finding your cats every time I play a video game?
Cats look like.
If you're out there watching my stream, Hellzo, disgusting.
We
Oh, you
got
want me to find your
20 missing
cats?
On it.
I gotta find your cats now. What the hell? Shout out to you, Hellzo, bro. Love you, my brother. Search it and rescue. Nice. Nice slogan for this mission. Let's start finding some kitties, guys. Let's go across town and find some meows real quick. Let's go find some meows real quick. We gotta go and find the meows. My knee-jerk reaction is to run quickly. Nice. Let's see. We're gonna go check the map. Find the kitties. Or either that, don't find the kitty. Just beat up Arnold Schwarzenegger real quick. Go find the kitties on the way. We got Bruce Lee over here wanna beat my ass. Oh shit. I haven't even bought food for Marion yet. Really got para Linda. Yeah. So woman, you gotta run into for morphine woman. It's not, yeah, it sucks, bro. Running from girl to girl, it's not easy. Like I said, even Toasty said it. Toasty said women are picky. Women are fucking picky, I tell you, man. The only thing is with a lot of girls nowadays, all they want is a fucking goddess. Listen, I've tried to get fucking goddesses. You will never find one, and you will never find one that's corrected. So trust me. Just find yourself a decent person that you dedicate yourself to, you know? Someone fun. Someone that's gonna make your day, bro. And not get you aggravated and pissed off. You know? Someone that can actually protect you and be there for you. And make sure he's not a fucking gangster, wanna be father of the year to the moment the girl gets pregnant. The motherfucking thing, he's just the father of the year because he runs off like a little bitch. We got a lot of those fucking guys that are like that, man. I'm telling you, man. And that's how it is. That's how it is with these guys nowadays. Rarely women, but mostly guys, they do that shit. They go fuck around after they have it good. And then they cry later on why they lost it. Because you want to hang out with your homies. That's fucked up. You know? All those people that I hanged out with, they're done. I don't even hang out with them anymore, bro. They disappear out of my life, and that's good for me. All I got is my daughter and my wife. That's all I got.
Yes.
Nose fucking figure. What the toy boy? Buy toy alarm? I wonder what for. Store it.
Yes. Now exit.
Nice. We're gonna store the items here. I gotta hook out with some fucking moves though. Holy shit. Overkill, if you got this game, let me know. And if you don't, you're more than welcome to come into the stream and I'll get you the game if you want. Fuck. It's gonna be hard as hell to hook up Marion. No! Let me run off. Yo, no. You're not fucking catching me on that one, bro. Not today! I'll be back for that part later. I gotta go to some random store. Go to downtown shopping. I am glad you're here, Danny. No problemo, sweetie. I'm happy you're here too, man. That's why I like having conversation with you guys. Because I speak my mind off on how it is, you know. I've been through shit like I've been through almost the same way with the way people have gone through with their lives, you know, but differently, which is crazy.
Yes.
No one's perfect, me. There's no one in the world's perfect. I'm sorry to tell you, I'm not even fucking perfect. I fuck up sometimes. I don't make fuck up regrets though, but I fuck up sometimes, you know.
Yes.
All right.
Fine. Leave.
Yeah, how it is. Oh, I love this fucking song. I try to find that song to make a fucking video intro with this shit, you know? And make one of the girls sing it. And you know what's good about this? For this type of music that play in the background, there's no copyright on YouTube for these type of songs. Because it's actually in the game itself. I fought YouTube's copyrights already a bunch of times. Today, lately. And then yesterday, I think when we played the Forza 6 on Sunday with Overkill, right, for Father's Day Showdown, they gave me a copyright, right? So I went and I told fucking, YouTube, that's no copyright music. Like seriously, every time I play a no copyright music, I get a copyright. You know? Which is fucking stupid. Because I get the copyright music straight from the actual how would you call this thing? Spotify. I listen to Spotify a lot. Especially when I use play my racing games, I listen to Spotify. And that's what's cool about it. So yeah, man. Right now I'm trying to hook up Marion. So we got legal drugs. Gotta find out where I'm at because this level here. So I gotta go across town, but there is something here, but I don't know why it isn't pink. Oh, maybe it's just because of the coloration of the area. Oh, okay, because of the coloration of the area. Now I gotta find a bus stop. Yeah, I came back to get some food because I wasn't beat to die though. Okay, so we're gonna go to the uptown district. We gotta come back over down here. Yeah, we're gonna go back over here to the uptown district. Hi, Jamie. How's it going, Jamie? How you been, sweetie? Over here, try to have some fun. Just waiting for Mr. Slayo. If Mr. Slayo tends to show up. You know how Mr. Slayo is. He's late for everything. But if he's taking care of his girlfriend, hey, that goes first, man. That goes first. I'm the last guy you worry about. Oh shit, look, we got a Halo. We got a Halo freaking Easter egg over here. Look at that. That's fucking dope. Master Chief in the background, right next to the sales. Look at that. That's sick, bro. Let's see. Where am I at right now? No, I'm in the wrong spot. Where the fuck is the other side of the street? I try to find places that I haven't even opened yet. Yeah, man. Hug to you too, sweetie, man. Good to hear from you. I'm doing very well. My Father's Day yesterday was fantastic. Where the fuck are the cats? Where the fuck are the cats here? Hold up. Ah, you sons of bitches. They had to fuck me up on that one, bro. I really gotta hook up Marion. Oh, don't tell me I'm in the fucking elevator part. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, this is gonna be a fucking fantastic fucking stream. This is gonna be a fight right here, bro. And I hope I don't get fucked up on that one. And we got zombies in here too. Holy shit. Got this bitch trying to fuck me up. Oh shit. Oh shit, I got my stats up. I wish we could actually get a zombie to be a partner and shit. I remember playing this one in the first one. And this level here is a bitch, bro. You gotta go up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs. We got a dead person over here, and then the elevator's broken. Guarantee you the elevator's broken on this one, though. But you know what? I'd rather go up the stairs instead. Let's see what happens. Actually, no, this is the door to go out. Yeah, that's the door to go out. Yeah, I love Twix. Oh, Twix Bites, man. You talking about Twix? It's one of my favorite caramel candies. With the cookie crunch, I love that. That's fantastic. Ah, shit, we got the stores up in here. Wait a minute. We got a dog? We got a dog in a counter? Working for who?
Woof.
It's a talking dog. Holy shit. We got a dog in the counter. I'm about to buy some shit from the doggy. Just to give him some business.
Woof arf.
Roof arf. What the fuck?
Bark.
Bark. What the fuck? He said buy at the door. Buy a doriyaki. Yes, story.
Bark.
That is fucking hilarious.
Woof woof.
I went to the pawn shop. Who the fuck is this guy?
Who the fuck do you think it is?
Oh, is that you? I'm not talking about you, John. I'm talking about the fucking guy I'm
Who the
fighting right
fuck
now.
you think it
What's
is?
going on, Johnny? How you been, bro?
Awesome as always.
Yeah.
A little bit, kind of in the feels about yesterday, but hey, I
happened?
didn't cause these things.
What happened?
The Steam machine.
Oh, $1,400 fucking dollars. I fucking saw the price on that.
Well, here's the funny thing about it is they kept saying yesterday they're like, oh, they took $30 off the controller if you buy it with this. No, they didn't. It was only $20.
Yeah, it was it was $100 at the beginning.
So here's what we learned from yesterday because of that. So the thing that makes the Steam machine unique, quite honestly, is a $20 component
Oh wow.
that is built into the system so that they could build the rest of the architecture around it. And that
shit.
is like the puck that comes with your Steam controller. So the Steam controller itself is what I'm saying is that when you buy a Steam controller, the Steam controller is $80. The Steam controller is $80. The charging puck, that comes with it, the charge cable thing, that's a $20 item because that is also built into the Steam machine by default.
Oh wow.
So that $20. So yeah. So that's the cool thing about a Steam machine is technically you don't have to have the thing plugged in. You could put your charger somewhere else, right? And you don't. But and your Steam machine will still be linked to your Steam controller once it's been authenticated because they built that charger hub, the magnetic thing that the controller connects to. They built one of those into the Steam machine itself.
Jamie.
But that component right there, $20 component, is not worth having to eat all the other fucking losses at that price. Did you see the thing that I posted?
No, I didn't
in
get
our
to see
group?
it because I didn't get to see it. I saw something, but I get to see it because I've been busy doing this music video for Starbucks this Friday. And I've been working.
So Dan, in under 12 hours, I found, if I were a broke ass, I would have already ordered this.
Oh
But
wow.
I found, for $1,300, I found an AMD Ryzen 5 9600X, which means that it's better than the Steam machine.
Oh wow.
However, it's only a Ryzen 5 series, which means if you want to upgrade it down the line in a few years, for a few $100 more, you can get a 7 series or a 900 series.
Oh, wow.
A 9 series. So it's got expandability built in because it's an actual socket processor.
That's
Along with that, it has 32 gigabytes of DDR5.
Damn.
6,000. Yeah,
That's-
at 6,000 megahertz.
That's
Now,
most-
this is a $1,300 PC.
Holy shit.
The RAM right there, for what RAM prices are going for at this point in time, like this setup that I found. Like I said, if I had $1,300, I already would have got it. It has 1 terabyte Gen 4 NVMe, so that's like the same capacity, or same quality level as what's in the Steam machine, but right in between the 512 and the 2 terabyte, which is perfectly fine. And I still have a 2 terabyte drive in my PS5 that I'm looking to just fucking swap out or whatever once I get an actual PC system.
Can you actually swap that out?
Now here is the best thing about it though.
Hey, come on back whenever.
So Steam OS only has limited capabilities in terms of hardware compatibility, right?
Because I got things to
So
right.
this system has an AMD Radeon RX 9060 XT with 8 gigabytes of onboard storage.
Okay then.
Wow.
See you around.
So these are current. That's a current state card. That's like a current state card. It's not the highest end current state card, but it is a current state card, and so much so that it wasn't even compatible with SteamOS until earlier this past week when they updated the OS to 3.82 for the Steam machine launch.
Oh wow.
So I have found for less than a 2 terabyte Steam OS with a controller, because this is $1,300. I could still buy a controller and it would still be $30 less. And that's just buying just the Steam controller at $100 outright. You know, just being like, oh, I'll just buy the controller, and I'll forego having, like, you know, the nice little, you know, ease of use features that, quite honestly, the way that I use the system, I was not going to have to really worry about.
Do you like retro? Do you like retro games?
I mean,
what I'm
you know,
playing right now.
I don't know what you're playing right now.
I'm playing River City Girls.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's a decent game. I mean, you know,
I play some fun games. You know that. Listen, what do you think about the Fire Team Elite 2, bro? It's coming out.
Well, as I said to you yesterday, I am more than happy to check out Fire Team Elite 2.
Yeah, bro,
the question is whether I have a system that will play it appropriately.
Well, we'll find a way, because I normally do gifting games. You know that. I be gifting games.
Because I mean, if it's Steam Deck compatible, I am considering getting a hold of Valve and seeing if, because like I got my Steam Deck repaired when the battery was swelling, right?
Yeah, I saw that, and then caught on fire too.
No, it didn't catch on fire.
Did they say it was smoking before?
No, I had a house fire. You're crossing memories of shit that's happened to me in the last year.
Yeah, I think I remember that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, I had a house fire, but no, I have not had. The only thing with the SteamOS is now it locks up and it throttle locks. You know, like when I would try to do live streams and I can't use it the way that I've been able to use it before. So until I get an actual replacement, and as I was saying, like I said yesterday, I'd need to get a Steam machine first, but I'd much rather, if I could swing it, get this PC, you know, than a Steam machine for less money and easier kind of. Yeah, well, it would be like 10 years of comfort as opposed to like 5 or 6.
Oh, wow.
Because a Steam machine is not terrible if you have superfluous amounts of money.
Yeah.
But it's akin to like buying iPods or like, you know, like or not iPods, but fucking their little fucking what are the things that people stick in their ear? Are those like what they're fucking headphones for the iPods, right?
Yeah.
You're paying for the extra branding and shit, but generally speaking, you can, for less money, you can find the same thing, or for the same amount of money, you can find something that's far superior.
Sure.
That's kind of the Steam machine right now. So, like I said, in under 12 hours, I found basically a machine that's anywhere from 2 to 10 times more capable. You know, just right, and so like, for a guy who doesn't even have money to begin with, if anything I can put my money into, it has to be as valuable as possible for me to invest in.
Hey, John,
right?
I'm surprised you're not streaming today, bro. Everything okay?
Her son's not feeling well.
Oh,
I don't know if it's the same one who graduated, but I woke up and she said she had a sick kid on her hands. So
I hope he gets better, man.
I don't think it's anything too extreme. I think it's
just a little cold or flu or something.
Whatever. Yeah, but you know, she at first she said, "Oh, that's all right. We'll stream tomorrow," which, you know, we could, but we're already streaming tomorrow. We're gonna be on Tomby's in the afternoon, so I don't care. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah, Tomby sent me an invite. I can come in anytime I want. I just don't go to his stream like that. I like to ask permission when I go to come in. You see, they sent me a link last few months ago, but I think that link is deleted. He told me you can come anytime you want. I said I can't come anytime I want. You know what I'm saying? It just, if he wants to send me an invite, I'll come in tomorrow. If I can come, it all depends if I come out of work early. You know? I'm making a Star Fox video.
I think when he's saying that, he's saying it in the kind of formal way of "you're welcome anytime." So like, if you haven't been on in a while, just reach out and then he'll schedule you.
Yeah.
So that's basically what he's saying. Is just schedule a time, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't go up. I got streamed to other people's show, but I just don't go in like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like. Unless I'm like, okay, you wanna come in or not?
If you get added to someone's,
look around.
and here's how the donuts are made, people. if you get added to someone's
Such
private
treasure.
DM group with where they
A
just
wise
drop the link,
purchase.
then you are at
Such
that point in
treasure.
time you are a reoccurring
Yeah.
kind of regular, and you're just welcome
Despite my
whenever.
nose.
Yeah, I just
outside
don't-
of that,
I just-
outside of that, when someone says to you, "You're welcome anytime," they're basically saying, "We'd love to have you back." So just
Yeah.
you know,
That's what
either
that
get in
means.
touch or we'll follow up with you.
Yeah, that's what that means. You know what I'm saying? Once in a while, yeah, like all the time. I went on Tommy's stream like what, twice? Good to hear from him though. I love speaking to him though.
But since we didn't do the Sunday show and now we're not doing a Tuesday show, this is the longest, and we didn't. I ended up going and streaming on Saturday night with Toasty and on Rogue's Gallery because I knew that we weren't going to do the Sunday thing, so I figured, I'll go. But we're not doing the thing tonight, so I figured I'd stop in. Since
Yeah.
all I have to do is an audio commitment over here, I don't even have to get on camera. So I
Yeah.
figured I'd stop by and say hey, because I haven't talked to you know to this burrito artist.
You say burrito artist. Yeah, man, I just like to have fun. You know,
Indeed,
doing my fucking gaming streams and stuff like that. What makes it fantastic.
indeed.
You know, that's what I like to do. Be here and start hanging out with the
And
chat.
hello to anyone in the chat. I'm not there. Yeah, I don't have the stream up and running. I just saw Dan was in his Discord.
Yeah.
And I knew he you know,
Yeah, I was
he
doing.
he couldn't lock me out because he gave me keys.
Yep.
So I just
He
walked
got
right
the
in.
key. He got the keys to my Discord, so he was always welcome to come in and hang out.
See, that's
And
what I was
that's all
just
that
saying.
matters, bro. He's
When you
fam-
get when you
he's
get
John
wait
is
for someone
family.
to access, that's you never know when I'll show up, if I'll show up.
John is family, so he's more welcome to come in and hang out. I told you, almost welcome to come in my stream. I don't care.
but if you give me the keys, then you know yeah. So instead of streaming tonight, I went downstairs, talked to my sister for a minute about a few things, and she was kind enough to order me some chicken chow mein. It's a huge fucking bowl, so I'm like stuffed
Oh, man.
with chicken and noodles.
You gotta
and
love
mushrooms.
ramen. I love ramen, bro. Like, you gotta get that good ramen, not that fucking shitty ass fucking ramen. The only ramen
They don't have anything but the shitty ramen here in this town.
Yeah, I get the.
But
good-
I know what you speak of. I used to. Well, actually, when I was living on the West Coast, I just stopped getting ramen. I just would just go and get pho whenever, and I get all fudd up. Yeah,
Buy something
big
or
old.
get out.
Yeah,
Oh
I
shit!
just-
One of the guys from I can say this from Karate Kid skeleton motherfuckers up in here, bro. Yeah, this is fucking funny. They got the Joker, golf shirt, knife earrings, and vampire teeth. What the
See
fuck?
you later.
I'm not even
Or
interested.
not, whatever.
They put Marion from Double Dragon in here as a fighter, but there was a storyline.
Alright.
There's a storyline to that, and it makes sense.
Yeah, no, I know of the River City ransom lore.
Oh, I love it. I fucking love it. It's enjoyable, bro. They did a good job. I'm not gonna front. They did a good job with this game, bro.
Yeah, but yes, my sister was nice enough to gift me a meal, and then she told me on top of it all that evidently someone dropped off she got given 5 free big ass cookies that are coconut and key lime. She doesn't like either coconut or key lime. I
Wow.
love both. So she's like, oh yeah, there's some cookies in the freezer if you want some of those. Like, hey, I'm gonna go make some fucking coffee while I eat these noodles, and then later on tonight, because now I'm like entirely way too full.
I gotta fucking clean my back end for the bar.
I can have some coffee and a cookie later. And given that I only got 2 hours of sleep, hopefully I should be able to fall asleep at some point tonight, so I can go get groceries in the morning before I do the stream of Tommy tomorrow. But
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
That's
buy
good.
me, I'm
That's a
gonna
good
buy me a
day.
grill. I'm gonna buy me a grill sometime this few week in a week or so. I'm gonna do a barbecue in my backyard, bro. I haven't done a
Yeah.
barbecue in the backyard. 'Cause,
and
my
you know,
father passed away.
right? Well, I wish you happy grilling times.
yeah.
It's been Jesus. The last time I grilled, I was living in Texas, so
Oh, wow.
it's been over a decade.
Do you like living in Texas with the X's, or you like living where you at right now?
You know, Texas was the last state that women used to like just hoot and holler at me when I would cross the street and things like that.
wow.
So I mean, you know, but Texas, you know, Texas, I don't mind Texas actually. It's just it was not convenient to me as a pedestrian, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Is kind of the main thing, you know, because I would walk like anywhere from 7 to 14 miles on days that I had to work because
Wow.
the place that
That's crazy,
worked at was so far across town that if I didn't catch the college bus, that I was kind of. Well, I lived in this apartment with these two college guys, and it was basically student off-campus student housing, but it was through a company, right? But someone was going to go to college there and decided at the last minute they were going to go somewhere else, so they sublet the room out. So I was basically living in a college dorm. So the college route bus used to stop by there in the mornings
Enter,
and
please.
during the
Take
day.
your welcomes
And so
off.
depending on what time it was when I had to work, I could sometimes catch a bus and get like half the distance
Such
covered
treasure.
by something,
Indeed.
safer than just walking
I
across
see.
like right next to the
Exquisite.
fucking
I
interstate
hope we meet
or
again
the
on the
highway like I
path
had
of
to do.
our lives.
Yeah.
There's like this one channel section where I had to cross over like this 8-inch beam over a drainage ditch bridge kind of thing, and it was just like and there were trucks going by at like fucking 80 miles an hour, like
Nice. Hey, Cozy Pete.
so
Oh,
but
hey,
you know I
what are
didn't
you doing out here?
Texas was all right, but it just
Same old. You?
it just it got to be to where
Yeah.
I had an opportunity to go to
Criminal activity,
California,
River City, or an RC
and
exclusive story.
I
Nobody
had
knows
friends
all
out there already, so I was like, I was willing to
They're driving out
take
all
the
the old
opportunity, and
school
that led to me
owners.
just being a guy on a couch
I'll get
for a
to the
year,
bottom
which
of
is how I
it,
ended up in
though. I
Washington,
always do.
because I couldn't find anything in California, and I just went to
Yeah.
Washington on a whim,
No one
because
reads
someone
the
else was
school
moving
paper,
up there,
does
and
it?
I just
Oh wow.
threw my shit in the truck with them.
Skipped breakfast this morning.
Um,
no worries.
Yeah,
I bought
but
my
it was this guy, like, when I
When
I graduated college, that's when my marriage fell apart, right?
Yeah.
And so I stayed at this one dude's house that I was in my program with for game design,
Yeah, I did.
and his mom had a spare room, and so I just stayed there for like the last
can.
Yeah.
6-8 weeks that I lived in Savannah
Maybe you can
while I was finishing up classes, and so he was moving from Savannah all the way up to Seattle.
Damn,
And so
that's
he just
crazy.
stopped.
All the way up there
So
to
you just-
Seattle.
So he stopped in San Francisco Bay Area to pick me up, so I could just throw my stuff in the truck with him basically, and have someone that could meet up there with him to kind of help him, you know, initially try to like find a place and get work and all that kind of stuff, because I wasn't able to find anything during the time that I was in California. But Texas, you know, like I said, yeah, like the ladies, ladies in Texas, like there were, yeah, like I was popular in Texas. So
Yep.
I wouldn't be completely opposed to it again, but
Well, I don't
but
know
I'm
how
also
they
a
how,
broke
how the
ass,
ladies
so.
react in other states. Here in New Jersey, the women here are fucking crazy. They're fucking
Well,
like conceited
yeah,
as
yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
They're not friendly. They're
Yeah, no, that was Washington for the most part, except for because I knew a whole bunch of Pentecostal churchgoers that were like really nice and everything, and there were some very beautiful women amongst them, but for the most part, yeah, the Seattle freezes. That's a real thing. Like women there.
Yeah, most women in a Democratic state, like not too many of them are fucking really nice. To tell the truth, like I gone to other states, like from here to Georgia, and let me tell you, the women over there in Georgia, they're mad fucking cool. Like
Oh yeah,
here-
no, yeah.
Like over here where I'm at, they're like grumpy, angry, like they never got they get fucking sex and they're not satisfied type bullshit, you know? Like
Well-
whatever, you know?
You know, there's something to be said for you know, Georgia was. I didn't mind living in Georgia. I would have stayed, you know, in Savannah well past the time that I did if my marriage hadn't completely fucking gone sideways. Because I had a whole bunch of stuff that I was in the process of working on at the college with other people that were still there after I had graduated, because I was just going to kind of, you know, keep building up my portfolio and everything and all that kind of stuff. Of course, when I got to Texas, my hard drive that had everything that I still had, because I had like this one hard drive that got destroyed when I was doing my final, because I made a music video set to Head Like a Hole about the fight in the sandbox, you know, back shock and awe days and all that kind of stuff during the Bush administration.
Yeah.
Bush Jr., I guess, Cheney administration, Bush Cheney war. And so that got destroyed, and so I lost like my best thing that I had ever made up until that point in time, unfortunately. But I still have like most of my other files and everything like that. And so I was going to back everything up and have this, you know, Bon Voyage party that had been planned. But my asshole brother, when he showed up with my uncle, was demanding that we just leave in like 2 hours. And I'm like, dude, I have shit I need to do. He's like, oh, you can do all this stuff. And I'm like, no, I got plans. I got like, you know, but it just became one of those things where I basically just had to, I didn't have the time to back up my hard drive like I'd planned. Because I was going to set up the backup, and I was going to go and do my party thing. And then when I came back, I'd be able to either, you know, see that it would finish, or I'd have enough time to start it again and watch it and make sure everything got backed up. That was essential.
Of course we do.
That didn't happen. So when I got to Texas and I went to plug my computer in, there was this electrical arc that happened from the screwdriver to the hard drive that I've never had happen before or since. And I've never had ESD fucking kill a fucking hard drive in my life other than that one time. So all the stuff that I'd spent, you know, 5 years in college working on, everything like that, my entire portfolio, my entire digital everything that I'd amassed over the first 20 some odd years of my life, nearly 30, you know, was now gone. And so,
Would you know if we didn't?
you know, like that's how I ended up just kind of in like this weird kind of form of survival mode that has led me from ever getting into the game industry, dovetailing it, going completely woke, and just, you know,
everything nowadays, like, it's
inaccessible to someone like me. So, you know, but in terms of like places to live in the country, I enjoyed Georgia. I enjoyed Seattle. I would live in either of those places again, for different reasons, but also the same, because like they're both next to the coastline. They're both like, you know, but Savannah's more flat and kind of like, you know, just easy to navigate, whereas Seattle actually has like a really good metro system. So like they were two very different experiences in terms of what I was able to kind of do in terms of a pedestrian living somewhere. But I would live in either of those places again, and I would even be willing to give Texas another shot. But California,
everybody wants to stay away from.
California was only all right for a visit, and even then I still had issues, you know, that were going on. But I can't blame those issues in this instance on California. You know, because at that time I was, of course, in my shitty marriage, and so the problems I had when I was visiting California was my ex-wife, you know, cheating on me, and just kind of knowing that was probably a given, because she was pretty terrible.
It sucks when women do that shit, man. I mean, if you don't want to be with the guy, just fucking leave him. Don't fucking go cheat around when you're with him. Just fucking leave him.
You know, well, that was the thing, is like her mom, like, she had already had like infidelity issues, so part of it's kind of like just on me being a young, naive, stupid 20-year-old who decided that, oh, we can get past this kind of thing and probably will even have a stronger relationship because I was just dumb young 20-year-old who got married way too early to somebody who was obviously.
You know what it is? It's just sometimes that was like a love that was fading away. Hey, yeah.
Well, I think it was this is the thing that has just been a constant. Women love the idea of me, but they don't like. Most people actually love the idea of me, like a guy who looks like John, but it's not that guy.
Yeah.
That's what most people want, and then I start talking, and then that's when the fun starts.
It happens.
But if I would have just allowed myself to be a bauble on a string, in some other facets of reality, perhaps I've been more easy to prey upon and corrupt into the access that I had available to me at various points in time. But in this reality, I'm just a homeless dude on the internet who's having a conversation with you on Tuesday night.
Yeah, man. We're the community trying to help you out too at the same time. Make sure you proceed forward. There's many people like I know people right now, like real actual true people that just took advantage of me. And when I needed their help, then it was there for me.
Yeah. Hey, Hiroshi.
Well,
Are you here to play video games
I
too?
can say that I feel like I have a better social network of friends that I talk to these days than I have with what was going on in Seattle after COVID Hell World and all the stuff that kind of fractured that.
Yakuza coins.
But
We don't have any of those.
Nobody does.
Hello.
Except the
Hello.
Yakuza.
That's unfair.
They won't even let you inside unless you have at least 15 Y coins.
I'm a problematic
Any
John.
idea where we can get some?
Problematic white guy.
Well, they changed all the coin machines too. Look around Uptown. You're bound
I
to
don't
find
believe
some.
we've encountered.
I'm out here
Previously.
whipping asses. Damn, they making me do a lot of fucking missions. Toy District, Basement, Yoku. Wow, bro.
I thought Slay was joining you tonight. That's why I figured I'd pop in for a little bit and talk to you while Slay.
I have no idea what Slay is at. But he's probably dealing with his girl right now. So I mean, I'm not gonna blame the fucking guy.
Well,
Yeah, he'll come in. Fuck it, he'll come in.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, AJ.
How's it going?
Nothing much. Just hanging out here, hanging out with John. Waiting. I'm waiting for Slay, but I don't know what happened. So maybe he fell asleep or he's hanging out with his girlfriend. I'm not sure.
knows?
You know?
these things do happen.
It happens. Can't stop him. It's life.
Let me know if it's Let me know if it's loud from my end. I've got the AC on.
Nah, you good.
Okay.
You are fantastic.
I know I've had problems with people with the AC in the background on other.
I got noise cancellation, so I'm good.
Ah, gotcha.
And it's generally built into. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a nitro amount. It might not be. But I think that everybody who uses Discord gets some level of crisp AI noise reduction going on.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's generally pretty good.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell.
Of course, I also have music on in the background.
And I
Fair
don't hear
enough.
it. And I don't hear
I
it.
couldn't even hear a fanny. I know you don't hear it. I'm wearing my headphones.
Yeah.
It's in a parallel lane of traffic, but it's not in this lane of traffic specifically. It's just going in the same direction.
It's one of those Yakuza coin machines.
I got my music in the bike lane.
But machines don't have faces.
You know what I mean.
Speaking of, it only took me 5 years, but the 5-year memorial concert that they did for David Bowie 5 years ago, I finally put together last night. Like 42 songs from the set list, but some of them were kind of medleys and mashups. So I ended up cutting it down to 37 tracks with basically gapless space in between, cutting out all the parts where they were talking in between everything like that. So it's just a music track. 3-hour long album with artwork that I took from a 3+ hour long original source file, broke down into 37 sections, then exported out 37 clips to then strip the audio out of those 37 clips so that I could go and put together an entire album with actual ID tags and everything. It's beautiful. And they never put it out for purchase, so it's the only way that you can have access to any of these songs at this point in time. So,
Yay.
so that's what I did last night with my time. Before I, well, actually, like I was saying, I don't hold the price of the Steam machine against Valve. Unfortunately, it's kind of the nature of things. And I know I was probably like the biggest proponent of get a Steam machine when they come out. That'll be great. All the way up until a few weeks back until the Steam Deck jacked up price $300, and I was like, all right, so that's going to probably skew through their entire So as much as I do like it,
I blame the AI.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, the whole thing about what, like, the data center issue that we have. When people ask how were the pyramids made? Like this. People at the top just make overarching decisions that affect everyone in the economy space, specifically because they have a greater thing at play. It's like the data centers that have purchased all this RAM and storage. They don't they haven't even paid for it. They haven't even paid for it. They bought it all on the promise of locking in,
basically on credit.
Right. And so they just completely killed the consumer market just to make these data centers.
Yeah, and I've heard about places where the townspeople voted against the data center.
Yeah,
but then
so they go and they turn them into military installations instead, and then you can't say anything about it.
Or they went to the city council and said, "Hey, here's some here's some money."
Yeah. They do. They will either make it easement, government land access, and they'll use that right of eminent domain, and they'll take it like you're talking about, or they'll effectively, if they can't get it that way, which is one level of corruption, then they'll just go and they'll just assess the land as being needed for military purposes, and then it's private defense contractors that are involved in these data centers. Like the whole point of them is to track everything about everything that you're doing. So it's
cyberpunk.
It is the apocalypse of is the dystopian hellscape, and the fact that they didn't even pay for this shit. That's the whole thing.
That's a
where
lot
it's
of money
like,
for that fucking console.
Right. But
yeah,
the fact that it hasn't been paid for yet, though, is
that's a month's rent. Listen, that's a month's rent of pay, bro.
Right, but Dan, the thing of it is, though, is because the way this technology exists, them building it and everything like that, it just means the thing that you can conclude from that is that yes, this is a one world order, overarching lockdown society plan at play, and they're doing it anyways because they can't even pay for it.
Exactly.
They can't even pay for it. They're just committing to the action and then changing the shape of reality around the action, and we all will just, oh, I guess gaming's a luxury item now. I guess this is that. Like, they've just priced everyone out of the market.
Yeah, they're making it like it's fucking borrowed gold.
This is the when people talk about fascism.
I've heard that they're sitting on components that aren't even being used right now. So they're basically just sitting and rotting in a warehouse somewhere because they're going to use it.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's the thing, is all this has just been done as a way to completely upend society and completely close out any last vestiges of forms
personal
of ownership and capitalism. Because that's the thing. It's like everybody's like, "Oh, late stage capitalism." This is not capitalism. There's been capitalism
No.
in this country for a long time. We've had corporatism
corporatism.
full on for 40 plus fucking years.
Yeah, right.
That has been the
This
thing
isn't
that has been the
capitalism, it's
initiative.
just corporatism.
Yeah, and so this
Or whatever
corporatist
the-
system,
Corporate
yeah, it's
communism, that's
technically,
what it is.
if you were to call it a form of governance, it is technically an oligarchy of power in
Yeah.
terms of what the structure is. But yeah, it's a corporatocracy where, you know, the best way to be an organized criminal is to set up all the laws that will allow you to be a criminal legally. And
Yeah,
that
like
has been the
the-
structure of society
The
for
changes
the last
to California's
60 years.
voting laws.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
basically set it up so that they can legally cheat.
Right, and unfortunately, it's just politics in general. It's not either side has like their own unique ways of kind of doing weird fucking delinquencies, and that's the other issue too. Is like,
Hey,
you
Kyle
know,
Bean,
there's
what's
far
going
too many
on?
people
Hold on,
that
Kyle's
they're
here.
sitting here trying to look at things through a partisan lens,
John.
and it's just like some things are a little bit more stark than that. What's up? Yeah.
Kyle's here. He says, I came here for a game, not a journalog. What the fuck, Dan? This stream sucks now. Yo, Kyle, this stream does not suck. The only one that sucks is you because you're a haggis. That's why.
Sorry, it went in that direction because of the price of the Steam machine.
Yep.
Well, you know, I think Kyle's just you know, he's just being he's just being he's being an inconsolable haggis right now.
Exactly. That's what
We
he is.
all know that if he didn't enjoy my dulcimer tones, he wouldn't be showing up.
It's because Kyle sucks. Kyle, good to see you, bro. How's Jay Viper going over there, man? I'm watching it. Oh, he finished his stream? Jay finished his stream already?
Well, I mean, it's 9 p.m. where he's at. He started like
Yeah, because he
3
was
or 4
actually
hours.
playing. He was actually playing Crimson Desert.
yeah, but
I love when he exposes motherfuckers though. It's fucking hilarious. Jay Viper is fucking hilarious though. I'm sure he's lurking around and shit being Jay Viper. I don't fear Kyle! I don't fear you at all! I don't fear no haggies! Alright? Ah man, we just waiting for the Slayer to come in. Slayer, you're an hour late! He's probably hanging out with Rhoda and them.
Another machine.
Ooh, another machine to fucking break. Good, perfect. We'll break that motherfucker right here.
Take it down.
But no, I'm thankfully I'm finally getting to the end of all my little side project bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause like I decided that I'm just gonna take all this time. I'm gonna try to just like clear certain
He's
things
still
out. Like,
streaming. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Jay Viper still streaming? I don't see the stream. I had the stream in my background the whole time. Ah, shit.
yeah.
He's still on? Hold up. What the fuck just happened?
Bump
watching.
something.
I think something went through or something skipped. Hold up. I heard that Stellar Blade Blood Rain destroyed the cycles. Cause Visa was like, I'm not gonna let that shit happen.
Yeah.
Nah, they're not gonna. Yo, dude, if they ever cancel that game, you know how much money they're gonna fucking lose? You think they're gonna fucking like listen to these fucking people? Like, these people are losing. Seriously, these morons are losing. They're not gonna win.
Considering the level of success that they had from the last go round, I welcome it because it's actually just a way to
Listen.
further insulate that.
And
Well,
this-
Shift Up does not have Western culture morals or
yeah.
opinions on half the fucking shit that we needlessly obsess over. So they're just gonna do what they're gonna do. They put out their fucking product. They made a shitload of money the last time that they made a game, and didn't just you know, capitulate so easily to the powers that be trying to censor it in various ways. And with it actually being available day one, multi-platform this time, you know, a lot of this is sour grapes from people that are pissed off that, number one, like, you know,
The petition only got like.
it didn't remain exclusive to the PS5, and the PC version was better for the original.
The petition only got 51 likes. I told it was gonna fucking lose.
And yeah, it's just, if someone doesn't want to fucking buy your game, that's fine. There's still half a reality that will. And at least if you look at it from the standpoint of the people that have actually supported the business, you try to make a game that's going to upset half of reality for the other side of the coin, so to speak, that hasn't purchased your shit to begin with. Just
Listen.
catering to them, like
If you don't like it,
generally-
listen. If you don't like the game, don't fucking buy it. If you don't want to see the
generally
game, don't
speaking-
watch it. That's it.
Generally speaking, I think this rule applies, and this is the funniest thing ever. You know the expression "nice guys finish last." So if you go and you cater to
Would you
people
know
too
if
much
we
and this and that, people just take advantage of you and they fuck, you know, and you
Okay.
get fucked over.
We'll be back.
That's exactly what's happening to the game industry.
Hold on, Kyle sent me something
Trying
on
to
Discord.
make a corporate
A new model of
dovetail
Eve?
with ESG and DEI initiatives and things like that.
There's
is
something breaking.
They're catering to people that don't care to begin with, and you catering to them only is going to make them all the more, you know, kind of greedy.
You're
in
fucking
terms of what
disgusting,
they
you know
can,
that,
and
Kyle?
they still won't even capitulate to the thing. that
That's
you're
fucking
trying
nasty.
to exchange.
That's nasty, Kyle. You gave me a fat Eevee. That's a fucking hippo. Sorry, John.
Be potty positive, Dan.
Fucking with Kyle. It's fucking hilarious.
Surprised he didn't make a haggis version.
Yeah,
Well,
Haggis
maybe
version
maybe,
Eevee.
maybe he did, and he's got that one for himself.
Yeah,
Get a high score.
yeah. He whack us with the horns.
Yeah.
Haggis, bro.
Okay. We'll be back.
The legend of the Gooner haggis,
We're back.
or the haggis
High
Gooner.
score.
Would you know if we didn't?
I guess he would be a Gooner haggis because he is a haggis,
We'll be
Yeah.
back.
which most people know to be a sheep's stomach stuffed with barley and various organ meats and whatnot. But this haggis is a creature
Yeah.
specifically.
Ah, the wild haggis.
Wild haggis, the
Yeah.
wiliest.
The one in
of
the
wild
chat
haggis.
right now, who's
One
trying to make
who's
people
just like,
fear him.
John, sent you something. I heard it through. Yeah, he sent it to me too. Thank you, Kyle.
I gotta go to which part? Man, I gotta go way back in.
Looks
now,
more
bro.
like Stay Puft Marshmallow Man than it does at this point.
There's my wife. Coming to the door.
But yeah, no, like the Steam Machine news could be a hell of a lot better.
Disappointing,
It could
but
also
not
be
unexpected.
it could be a hell of a lot worse. But yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the thing though, is it's not Valve was making a system for an economy
Hey, my
that
love.
wasn't being upended and completely undermined by
Ah, shit.
corporatist
Yeah.
fucking fascism, you know, like full on global dystopia fucking mindsets are at play right now. And we're not planning on that, so I can't really hold that against them. But because of that,
Yeah.
unfortunately, as much as I would have bought one,
They made it for what was.
if it had come out at the original pricing, or $300 less on each,
It probably would have
then
succeeded.
I would, it would have succeeded with me. I was sitting here banking on the idea that I was going to be able to get a decent
Oh,
1440
Kyle sent you something.
system.
Yeah, I wanted
I
the Steam Machine because I want out of Windows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing is like right now there's a very narrow path of what you can put SteamOS on, right? And they're going to make it more available. But I really enjoy SteamOS because I've been using my Steam Deck for the last.
Oh yeah.
Well,
me
I got
too.
my launch one, but so yeah, I wanted to have something that I knew was going to play SteamOS and I could get for under $1,000 and could do easy 1440. I don't care about 4K gaming, myself.
Yeah,
I just wanted something that was sturdy and reliable for streaming, video editing, and the amount of gaming that I do. But for that same amount of money, I can get something that will be, far more capable. And now with tech issues being what they are, it's even more demanding to have as good of tech as you can get for your money now than it ever has been because they're closing the gates. So this might be the last PC that you ever get if you are able to get one before they completely,
Shut it down.
undermine prices to the point to where, like we're all just dealing with. Because that's the thing is like I legitimately found a system that is current state tech for $1,300, so I could also buy this. I could buy this system and a Steam controller for less than the 2 terabyte Steam machine model, and this has 32 gigs of GDR5 RAM. It's got a Radeon 9060 XT graphics card, which is a current model that has recently come out. The drivers didn't work for it until this past week. So
I'll be honest. I'm very tempted to like pick up a pawn shop laptop, wipe it, and get a Linux distro, even if it's not
Catchy
OS.
Catchy OS. Catchy OS works as a good alternative, or Bazite.
I've heard Bazite is good for games. Is one of the better gaming ones.
Bazite, or Catchy are basically variants of the Steam OS environment.
But it's a little more flexible for hardware.
Right, and that's why they exist. Is because they're basically the stopgap between Steam OS being officially
this is gonna be fucking fun.
recognized to these
Ready?
various pieces of hardware, as opposed to stuff that's a little bit more open source and can be built around the idea of being inclusive to those kind of kernel setups and whatnot. It's really just the nature of the architecture. And now that they're working on everything with NVIDIA specifically, the future for Steam, if anything, what I think that they could have done, but this also would have been them kind of, because they said how they didn't subsidize the price because they weren't trying to cattlegate people into using Steam.
Right.
But I think that had they done a thing where, because they sell all the systems out directly, so they know exactly what accounts will own a Steam machine. It would have been nice if they would have said, all right, we had to raise the price on this, so for the next 6 months, the next year, whatever, you just get an additional 10% off all purchases, even if they're Steam sales or what the hell, just to kind of offset,
balance things.
Offset the balance a little bit.
They're still making the money, but you have a lot of people who go there specifically for the sales.
Right. And so,
or only buy things if they're on sale.
Right, and if the idea is if you were bringing new people into the market, if you gave them a 10% over-the-top discount on top of all discounts that are already ongoing, just think, if you gave them 6 months to a year of doing that, you're encouraging them to buy more frequent things. This is like the whole thing about how you make more money off the razor blades than you do the razor, handle. And so you get people into the idea of buying stuff on the store, using the library, building all that up, and just getting comfortable. That would have been at least, but I'm not. Yeah,
I think if the AI crash hadn't happened, or the stockpiling hadn't happened, I think they probably could have stayed with it. But I think it.
Yeah. Well, the sad thing is, that this corporatocracy takeover that's happening is basically because America is pissed off that China's gonna, they're basically like the powers that be level of the way that the world thinks about this is there's going to be an ultimate seat of a global power. They would much rather it be America than China, but we're both going to basically take on these dictatorial kind of, mentalities throughout society in the way that you have access to things being tokenized and fucking, tiered into, we're going into a caste system, basically. This is just techno-feudalism.
Yeah. It is
And
like that.
so-
Yeah, man.
And the sad thing is like I was saying, like, number one, they can't even afford to do this shit, so this is just something that they want to do. When you talk about what is the 2030 one world government kind of overarching plan, that's ultimately the you will own nothing and be happy model.
Yeah.
And you'll be happy because they will censor any other form of response. So the only one that will get recorded is happy. And it's not going to be this democratic socialist utopia where people have UBI and all this kind of shit.
Exactly.
No, none of that's gonna. They are more interested, because all of these things are about the power. The means to the end is money, but the power that comes with the money is the thing that's always been about, which is why they set up an inflationary model on currency using fiat currencies.
Exactly.
So that it's like whenever you see stuff adjusted for inflation from the past, they're like, oh well, look how much that actually cost you. And it's like, no. You're doing this. You can use that math, but you're reading the equation fucking backwards. It's how much these things should cost still. But because of inflation making our money worth less, it requires more physical dollars to have the same overall purchase value that you once had back in the 80s. So stuff that, that has gone up in price in just the last 5 years alone.
It's how many months or years does it take to buy what you could buy in
Right.
1
Right,
month?
so that's
back
right.
then.
So that's what this is ultimately about. Is and that's why it's there's a difference between wealth, and having a lot of money in the bank. Because if you have a lot of money in the bank, you actually create problems.
Exactly.
It's like if you want to be healthy, your blood, your circulatory system needs to work all the time. If you have blockages, you're going to have a stroke. You'll have a seizure. You'll have some kind of thing that comes from that. And the way that the money markets have affected our worldwide economy with only a small percentage, like the top 20% of people have the same amount of money as the lower 80% of people in the world.
I'm in a
Right?
club right now.
Yeah.
So that is a problem, because they can basically buy 4 to 1, and so that has basically kind of undermined a lot of the things that we go through, because even when they encounter inflationary bullshit,
Not
they
this
have
guy
more
again.
they have more of those literal dollars to absorb the cost, and because we have less literal dollars, the inflation hits us more. And so this is all just a wealth disparity scheme that was set in motion by Anthony Fauci and Bill Gates, specifically on their creation of a bioweapon to go into society. And I'm not saying they're the ones that are solely at play, but that was the thing that completely galvanized it, and that's when they started talking about it openly. And yet, and here we are, in a world where instead people fixate over the trivialized bullshit part too much, and then the stuff that's actually kind of substantial to what needs to be dealt with, so that we could just live our lives again. It's kind of like that thing about where you put your time and your effort. Like if you do maintenance on things, they generally last longer. But if you just kind of let it go and let it go and let it go, and you're just comfortable with degradation, at a certain point in time, it's more compromised. It becomes more than compromised. It's fully corrupted, and it gives out. And that's what's happening here. It's like, it's why it's balance in all things, and you need to have a cash liquid kind of economy, which is to say that having tons of money in the bank may be great for like your fields and this and that if you're in an inflationary mindset of having like big numbers, dumb numbers attached to your name to give you something. But if you wanted to actually live in a world that like was just
Functions.
stable and functions and builds upon itself and has strong infrastructures, you would have a much lower reserve of savings, and you would just have your money going in and out and just flowing.
You could put money in under your mattress and it would still be good.
Right. Well, there's a huge difference between prosperity and profiteering, and I have no problem with prosperity. That's actually what capitalism is the concept of. You know, competition, keeping everyone honest. But profiteering was, you know, slanting of the table, which was what COVID allowed them to do, was kill all the mom and pop level business competition
They did
in
that.
the world. And, you know, 5 years on from that, we're never going to recover from that because the inflation offset continues to rise. And so the purchase cost to buy into anything has gone up so high. That's why we're sitting here talking about steam machines being over $1,000 straight out of the gate when
They
we were
should
all
be
looking.
like probably
And so it takes you longer to
800.
right. So it takes you longer to earn the things in life that should not be so far out of reach, but because of the wealth disparity system that has been put into play, trying to call it something else and giving people stupid math and ways to reason on it, and that play to their fucking emotions and stupid shit like that, it just continues. And why wouldn't it? It works for them, right? And so, like, we're the ones that are kind of stupid that are just kind of allowing it to happen continually and not actually doing something about the bullshit in one day or the one block of time so we can go back to enjoying the totality of our lives, because otherwise we constantly have this burden that we're carrying with us, and it's our own death by design.
This is a dope
And
ass fucking clock.
we're being willful, compliant,
Robot
useful idiots by just allowing it to happen, knowing full well that this is the possibility. And it's been galvanized with the way that, you know, we run so many things in this world. And it's like, I always, you know, like, because I'm not really a fan of either political party, to be quite honest. But this is the thing I can say about Trump, is he represents America better than anybody else in the country at this point in time. Like, that is a true reflection of America in one, distilled into one politician. It is Donald Trump. All the positives and negatives that may connote in your mind, or denote in your mind, to what I'm saying.
Damn,
However
this
you
motherfucker.
believe that, that's exactly what I'm saying. Because that is America. It is Donald Trump is America. And that doesn't, you know, like, take that for how I say it. You know, it's just, there are some interesting things that come with it, but whether they're for the long-term benefit or just for instant gratification of a few, that's kind of where you start getting into the weeds on some of this stuff. And, you know, but, you know, that isn't to say that the entire system isn't utterly fucking corrupt. And, you know, and quite honestly, at this point in time, you have to have a certain level of corruption to even be in that level of access to begin with. Or you have to be somebody who's being exploited. You know, so and there with NDAs
These
are kind
bikers
of
are
shit.
getting electrocuted like it's no tomorrow.
Yeah, the world we live in.
Hey! Tell John I say happy birthday. That's what he fucking could have just said just
Yeah,
now.
the world we live in is just as
Get it,
much
Jay!
of a
Get in here!
tribalistic battlefield as it's always been. We're still cavemen talking in front of a campfire right now. It's just, it looks like a flat panel screen instead of flames in a pit, right? I mean, nothing's changed. We're still these esoteric beings acting like, and like all this emerging tech, we act as if we know how.
You got a robot.
And this is coming from some guy who actually has degrees in working with hardware and all this kind of shit and software and whatnot. But most people at this point in time know how to easily use the technology, but they very rarely actually fully conceive or understand how and why it operates the way that it does. And that's kind of an issue, you know. So it's like there's things baked into the system and ways to go and just corrupt it that have been in play for so long, or right
What's
around
in
the
here?
corner, that if you don't do anything about it at this point in time, you know, on a quantum entanglement time scale, we're all already dead. We're just going through the motions of being here.
Who's that?
So I believe in the multifaceted state of
Didn't
reality.
make her play
and
some video game to get in here.
At this point in time, I think
Shut
that
up.
my whole existence in this life is to just not to just succumb to killing myself, basically, so that I can earn my way into paradise and hopefully get out of this fucking matrix. That's kind of where I'm at with the whole thing, because nobody's coming to save us,
Shut your
you know. And
She might take a bit to
being
warm up
able
to
to
us.
kind of discern
tend to have that effect on
and save
people.
yourself and this and
You got
that
it wrong.
isn't
We're not
even
with the Yakuza.
able to be
In fact,
guaranteed
we're
these
also
days,
fighting
because
them.
even if you do
Right.
have an understanding of any of this shit,
Puts us on the same side.
you can have some random chance encounter that basically derails you and
Tell.
turns you into a homeless dude on the internet, like me, you know. So,
That's her standard expression.
you know, it doesn't matter how well your life is, that's your life right now.
Yep.
And just as much as the cost of things keeps spiraling out of control,
Oh, he's trying to smoke a bowl.
it will
That's what he
catch
said.
up more or less to everyone eventually, and most of it's because of this money game that's at play right beneath the surface. You know? Like, you got MasterCard and Visa trying to censor the entire retail space to their ideological dictates. You know, that's
Fighting
a
a
big
boss
fucking
right now.
issue. And if people don't see that as, you know, as difficult as a terroristic threat, you know, like, that's the thing, is like, these businesses, if they're gonna sit here and try to make the world bend to the way that business is, that's like changing your entire life for the sake of a tool, when a tool is supposed to free you up to actually have freedom and ease,
This bitch is fucking cheating.
quality of life, access, and things like that. And if you're using the technology to the point that it makes that unattainable, then you're not using the technology appropriately, unless you're somebody who's specifically trying to, you know. And that's as straightforward as it gets. It's like the reason trans kids exist in 2026 is because transhumanism involves a lot of scientific research, and the easiest way to have that happen is to prey upon young, naive, exploitable children that don't know any better and can be shaped into a reality. And all the scientific research that you can gain from that, well, just think about all the possibilities of life extension technologies that can be made from doing such a thing. But if you just did that to people where you're pulling off the street and this and that, people would act out against it. But when you're just trying to help people discover themselves, and you can do all the stuff to create the body dysmorphia and the other kind of bullshit that leads into it, it's ultimately about a small group of people that want to have as much life as possible for themselves at the expense of yours, to, you know, as soon as possible.
Damn,
Because
that
we're
sucks.
just in the way of their resource access. Simple mathematics.
Yeah, I gotta buy some fucking stuff. Dang, that sucks. I fucking died. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, Killer J say he's smoking a bowl. I don't know.
Me
Killer J
too.
is fucking crazy.
But I'm alternating between tobacco mostly and a little bit of cream.
Oh man, now I gotta fight this fucking this creature again.
But yeah, I don't know. Otherwise, though, you know, my own personal shit outside of the shape of reality and how fucked up and fractured it is, I have no complaints at the moment. Just had a nice big ass bowl of chicken chow mein with green mushrooms, and I'm gonna have a coffee with a
Yeah.
key lime or a coconut cookie later.
Okay, so
you know, just gotta look at the things in life that you didn't expect. You know, that end up being good and this and that. Because I've lived in nice places, and now I would be utterly homeless if I didn't have an awesome sister who had a spare room and was just like,
your sister loves you, bro.
yeah, she's a great person. Yeah, she's got a lot of, and she's got a lot of issues that she's got to deal with as well that I'd never really get into. But you know, she's a great person.
Come back and spend more money.
But yeah, it's her birthday next Tuesday.
So you better do something for her, my brother.
I mean,
Putting out with you.
That's kind of the plan. That's kind of the plan,
That's a good thing, bro.
if it's possible. Yeah, but yeah, no,
Very special right there, man.
Well, considering that I came back here to try to mend fences with the overall state of my family, and the only one that I really get along with now is my sister, who used to be the black sheep before I was, and her sons.
Oh wow,
it's pretty telling, So,
Yeah.
that happens. It's life, man.
Not good people. I was successful
That's
until
rough.
COVID Hell World completely derailed my life, and then I came back
Enter, please.
home to see my dad before he died.
Indeed.
And
Sorry to hear that.
one thing led to another, and now I'm
wise purchase.
I'm this guy who basically exists on the internet
A
because
wise
I don't
purchase.
really have much other
Octopus hot
options.
dogs. Killer J will like this shit. He loves the fucking that. They got octopus hot dogs. Killer J, if you're actually listening, you like that shit. Or has been talking all this time. Listen, Kyle, I like him and John's conversation,
Hey,
bro. Kyle.
hey, that's the thing. That's the thing, Kyle. I haven't hung out with Dan in the last few days.
Yep.
Dan and I do this all the time.
Yep.
We'll sit here and play games for like a couple hours, and we'll just talk to him about shit.
Yeah, that's it.
Rarity.
This is what it is.
This is a
Sometimes-
stream. You gotta interact with the chat.
Sometimes
here,
you come in here and I'm in the house, and
A
that's just the
wise
way that it is. And if
purchase.
I'm in the
Despite my
house,
nose,
it's just
my prices are always
you're gonna
honest.
get crazy conspiracy theory unk speak.
Yeah, I feel like
It is what it is.
going to the supermarket this week. Oh, you know what? I feel like going to the Asian store this week coming up. This in a couple of days. I'm gonna go get me some good ass chicken, and I'm gonna make myself a bowl of rice with the good chicken, like the Asian style rice. I fucking love it, bro. I haven't done those in quite a bit, but I love cooking. I know how to cook Asian food real good, man. I'm telling you, I'm really I'm good at cooking, man. I like to make like I normally would eat like 2 bowls. I don't eat that much. Like I eat like once a day, technically.
That thing is Kyle is one of my most supportive fans that I have in the time that I've been doing
Yep.
this, and even he enjoys giving me shit more than anything else.
Of
So
course.
there's a reason why I will always remain an obscure character on in the same
Yes,
ships,
if you say-
until I just disappear one day and everybody's like, I'm the John.
Oh shit.
What's up? You looking for trouble? Cause it's got a way of finding me.
Ah shit.
Back so soon. Well, let me know if you need some help. I'm the best at what I do.
Yeah, no. If I can find a way to figure out how to attain this $1,300 desktop, though, it's a hell of a fucking deal right now. Because I mean, the fact that it has a graphics card that just became compatible when they released the Steam machine itself, like that's good. That's a good graphics card to invest in. It's like as current state as it gets for what they have built. And I don't know, like I already have a PS5 now that I know the price of the Steam machine, because that's the thing, is like I wanted to get a Steam machine under $1,000 or up to $1,000, with tax if it were possible, and it would have been if it were a different economy. But now that is not the case, now I have to actually look at what my alternatives are, and if I were to get a system, I'd get the one that I'm talking about at that price level if I could afford it, or I have to figure out if I'm able to jailbreak my PS5 so that I can downgrade the operating system on that so that I can turn it into a system that runs SteamOS itself.
That would be great. Better change my dislike to like.
I've heard about people doing that.
Yeah, well, you have to have a certain
That's messed up, Kyle.
The OS that they use for PlayStation It has to be
Yeah.
version 4 or earlier, or some shit like that. So
Oh.
that's where it's like if it was like that, I could easily just do it. But now I have to figure out if I'm able to go and jailbreak it so that I can go and turn it back into that version.
Shut up.
Gotcha.
So it complicates the matter. But in terms of hardware that I have available that
Pretty hard to confuse us
I
for
could
some
use to
goons.
make a more capable system, because right now, I am not a live streamer. I'm just a guy who's on live stream.
That's it.
We
Um,
tend
Hey,
to
yeah,
is
that's
that what a-
kinda-
people.
Yeah, that's
I'm-
kind of me too. I don't live stream, but I do sometimes jump
Well,
on them.
Right.
I'm on
fun.
actual
We should team up.
channels of scheduled things,
Can't
but
tell.
my tech
She still
is
looks
such
pretty
that
intense.
I can't really do anything outside of just
Alright,
being
you
like
scum.
co-host like I am with
Can't, but be prepared to
Toasty,
die.
which is what I would have been doing right now if Persona was feeling better tonight. But
Get ready for a beatdown.
but yeah, like in terms of my time here though, people do not. I am not a streamer by most people's standards because I don't actually run my own channel or my own shows on.
Yeah, you do got your own channel,
That's
John,
mainly
though.
due-
Yeah, you just haven't run
But
it.
that's mainly due to like technical issues that I've had for the last year and a half, 2 years of time. Because, well, I'd say homeless dude on the internet can't really just easily replace things. So I went from using a Steam Deck as my daily driver system for like everything to now it's at the point where I really have to consider sending it in to
Hello,
Valve.
somebody logged in?
Yes, we got the Wiener Man. What up, Jay?
Hey, what up, bro?
Kinda.
Hold on.
I gotta get to this game, Jay. Slave is absent today, man. Yeah, we're having a special stream this Friday, John.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes.
you. Me and Killer J. We're having a
Oh, yeah.
We're having a Star Fox stream.
Yes, sir.
You think we can make it to Friday, Killer J?
Friday, that's Friday, right?
Yeah. That's what Star Fox is, alright?
I can try.
Yeah, we're gonna be on that. We're gonna be on that game like it's no tomorrow.
Have fun with your furry filters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh man, this is gonna be.
You saw that. It was so hard to explain. Like, not too many people know what an emoji is.
It's a furry filter, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly. I thought it'd be cool as shit for us to be able to use the furry filter, as you say, in order to come up with a more
That
fun
is what it
story.
is. Is it not? Is it not a furry filter? 'Cause, I mean, when you're telling me that you can either articulate the faces of the characters or have it augment your image with fox ears and silly shit like that, it's a furry filter. It's exactly what it is.
I'm
The
not,
whole point of it
I'm
is
not
to
laughing
make-
at you. I
is
just
to- is-
find the concept funny.
Right. The whole point of it is to introduce furry fun with your friends.
Yeah. Very fun with your friends.
It's pretty gay.
You're being incepted, man. It is. You just bite into it because these mascots, which are also reinforcing furries. People think, oh, you can trust Nintendo. They're the worst amongst us.
Yeah.
I mean, they're trunifying games over at Sony for sure, and Xbox. Yes, definitely. But Nintendo has decades of fan-funded furry fanaticism, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's just the way that it is.
I only use Nintendo just to play the games that I fucking got. God damn
See,
it,
I heard-
motherfucker!
See, I hear what you're saying, but all I hear is Nintendo's the best out of all three of them right now. And the better position.
Jay's a furry!
Yeah,
Actually, hold on. You want to be the frog, don't you? So that's more of a scaling.
no, he wants to be
No,
the rabbit.
no,
He wants to be the fat rabbit.
Oh, you want to be the rabbit. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. The rabbit. That's right. All right, so you are a furry. So I'm assuming Dan's gonna be the fox.
No, I'll probably be the wolf.
And Dan,
Oh, is there a wolf in
Yeah,
Star?
Star Wolf.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right. There is a Star Wolf. Yes. Is he gonna be one of the playable, selectable characters to begin with, or don't you have the original 4 that you have to go through first? Because if it's the first 4, I would imagine that you'd much rather, or are you gonna be Slippy Dan? Dan's kind of like Slippy. Got the same bald head.
yeah, that's our bad.
Way to insult him.
What? Slippy's a frog. He doesn't have hair.
No,
Exactly.
really great at
He's
fighting.
a, he's a slimy. He's a slimy.
Yeah, and Dan doesn't take offense to being bald. He shaved his head. It was his
Is it?
choice.
Hey, listen. The frog is a slimy amphibian. Okay, so you fucking enjoy him. Yeah.
What's Chris look like?
We're gonna have a pretty fun time.
I mean, Dan gets all greasy and slimy in the taco truck all day. So yeah,
I am
like,
not
yeah.
being no fucking frog though. I'll tell you right now.
Oh come on, Frog Dan.
No, I'm good, bro. I'm not being no fucking
Froggy
frog.
is Dan.
No froggy is Dan, bro.
I can tell from your
I am not a fucking one of those frogs from Puerto Rico. I don't do cocky. Okay, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Marion. And Kyoko.
Shit.
What are you doing?
Dan's a
I'm
hypnotoad.
over.
No, I'm no
Aside from
fucking
looking
hypnotoad.
hella fresh on the dance floor.
I'm looking
Hell
for my
no,
friend
bro.
Chris. That Ken guy.
I got hypnotoes.
I tracked him here. And was about to get the info out of him. When you two
Let's see
showed up,
here.
he
What do
Well,
I
I do not have
Sorry about that.
a Switch 2,
Yeah, that's
and
our
even
bad.
if I did, which I will
No worries.
ever,
I've been chasing him around town for the
I
past
probably
week.
would not be
I can be patient a
able
few
to join
more
you guys
hours.
because I'm not really
Maybe
interested
we
in
can help.
playing Star Fox
Doubt it.
anymore.
No, seriously,
But
we're
you
like
guys have fun.
really great at fighting.
I
I
appreciate
do not. I do not want
Though
to
just now,
dissuade you
I
from
kinda let
the.
you
the I gave up Nintendo
Right.
back during the
Sure
Wii
you
days.
did.
Where was the
Fair
last
enough.
place you saw your friend Chris?
The arcade.
See,
You
that's
just
the
said the
crazy
two-player
thing
top scorer
is
when Ken and
I
his
gave
crew
up
showed
on it.
What's
I
Chris
mean, I
look
bought a
like?
Wii U,
Check
but
out your social media feed.
I
We were
just
trending this
I
morning.
lost all hope. But man, it was. I think it was around the Wii that I stopped. And then I picked it up for the Wii U, and I think I did it for
Oh,
about a
you
year.
got a Switch too,
All the
Jamie
hope
Lynn?
in
Media
the
crew
world.
up in Technos.
If you get,
They
hey,
get
hold
no
on,
games.
Jamie Lynn, if you get
High-tech
Star Fox
complex
this Friday, we
across town.
come and join us.
You two aren't.
Hell
really
yeah, it'll be
concerned
fucking fun. It'll
entirely.
be fun.
Sorry, what?
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Distracted by these janky old photos of me.
You know, in some
Ever since that
ways,
social media menace
a
took
Steam
over
machine
Technos, that place hasn't
is
been
very
the same.
much like a
They've
Wii
been
U.
hacking people's accounts and posting
Because a
embarrassing
Wii U
info to shut
was
them up.
basically,
related
it
to
still
Ken
had
and
the same
Chris,
main
but that
board
was my next
as
stop.
the original
They
Wii.
hacked my
It
account this
really
morning.
was just a
Let us go
Wii
I don't know.
upgrade.
I'm
The
more
U,
into the solo
the U
thing.
might as well stand for
Three is
upgrade.
better than two.
Because that's all it really was, because it had the same main board, and then
Well,
it just had
I'm sure
all
I
the
can argue with
interface
that.
for
We'll
the
help you
little
find Chris,
fucking
and together we'll beat
um,
the crap out of
second
that Ken
screen
guy.
controller.
Okay, fine.
That was
We'll give it a shot.
all that you were
You two piss
dealing
me
with. So
off.
like
I
they were
think I
able to
unlocked the
extend out that
character.
tech because of their stylized art animations
Yep,
and
I
everything
unlocked
like
the
that.
character.
You know,
Oh
which
yeah.
which is what the Steam machine was trying to do. Is it was trying to enter current gen market space alongside tech that is PS5 quality, right? At what was supposed to be a PS5 competitive price, and instead, because it's also a PC, which, given if I only had to choose between a PlayStation Pro or a Steam machine, I would still get a Steam machine if I only had those two choices.
Yeah,
Oh
same.
shit, fell.
You know, but when I just have to look at a Steam machine as something that my money's going towards, that's a PC that has console-like functions, that built-in $20 component that's inside of the the Steam machine itself
So I gotta go down there.
is not worth it for all the other compromises that you have to make. And that's why, you know, I think, yeah, it's going to kind of be like the Wii U in some ways. It'll probably still sell to certain groups of people, but you got to be the kind of people who actually have easily like $5,000 of free discretionary spending money, where you're just like, oh yeah, I'll get a $1,500 system that is largely built on a, you know,
That's not better. I'd rather build my own system better. Fuck that shit, bro.
It's like buying Apple products. You're basically buying the branding at that point, along with it. And even though I say that, you know, that you're not, they don't have like a high markup, but it's still enough of a thing to where it's like, you know, them having that, you know, just in play. It fucks with the price so much to where, like I said, for the same price as the top end Steam machine with controller, I can buy a pre-built system and a controller for $30 less. Maybe
duck hunting the pooch. She said
It's
duck
crazy.
hunting the fucking pooch.
Yeah, I found a $1,300 AMD based system. It's got
Yeah, but I still would tend the
RTX
Wii U
9060
Switch 2 is gonna work with a fucking
graphics card and
I'm trying to figure that out.
and a Ryzen 5 class processor that is still better than what's in the Steam machine and still be upgraded.
Here's the question though about the PC you're talking about. It is definitely a really good deal, and if you can definitely install Steam OS onto it.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing. It just became Steam OS compatible.
Hey
on the
James,
release
what's
of
up,
the
bro?
machine, because it's got the Radeon 9060 XT in it, which is a current gen level video card that you can also use for the stuff that I do with streaming and all the stuff that I used to do. Like part reason is I did make a VTuber for a while, and I tried to run that, but I just didn't have the system that was able to continue running it anymore. So that's why I ended up just going back to being on camera. That will ask me to.
The fuck, how the fuck am I get up there?
Let's be honest. When it comes to the Steam machine, I don't know how capable it is when it comes to durability, but I do know that one of the other benefits of purchasing a PC over the Steam machine is obviously you've got a lot more room you can play with as far as airflow.
Right. Well, the crazy thing that we did find out, Jay, is like the Steam controller that you bought, it is worth $80. The $20 puck, the magnetic charging thing, that's a $20 piece right there itself, because that's built into the Steam Deck, and then it has like the other capabilities because it has that piece built into it. That's how they're able to do it to where you can turn on the system in standby mode and everything like that from controllers, because that puck basically is built into it, into the architecture. So that's why because everybody was saying it was $70 for the controller. No, it's $80 for the controller. Because if it was $70, the prices would be $10 less. So the controller is still
these guys
full
out like
price,
tomorrow.
basically. The only thing that you're getting is the free built-in charger that's already in the Steam machine itself, and then I imagine that you also get when you buy.
Oh,
the
we got
controller,
Mario.
just bundling the controller and.
We got
Steam
hired, Mario.
in a bigger
Team
box
Mario got
together.
hired.
But
the fuck, I didn't even get that
they're
cat.
giving you a 20% discount.
Maybe I
on
can
an
use the
accessory
Wii
item.
to play DVDs. That's not gonna work. Does the Wii play DVD movies? I don't think so, right?
No.
I don't think so.
The Wii can play DVDs.
It can play CDs, but it can play
DVDs.
The Wii U
not the
can't play
GameCube.
DVDs.
Oh wow.
The Wii U.
You can, because like I know you can, because they used to have a Netflix DVD specifically that you had to use on the original Wii, to program it and whatnot. But yeah, you can play DVDs, not Blu-rays. You can never do Blu-rays on.
Nah, Blu-rays
but they could do DVD.
Yeah, regular DVD, yeah, because it's the old console. It's not like fucking high advanced.
DVDs. All the games were based on DVDs at the time because Nintendo had finally picked up after PlayStation and Xbox started dominating their systems. Because CD-ROMs couldn't carry the same amount of data that the DVDs could. However, it was the Wii U that brought the Blu-rays, and then that entire console fell apart. So that's why they switched back to cartridge.
Well, Nintendo is going to have the same issues going forward that Steam is having right now, because Steam was basically trying to use Nintendo's model of use pre-existing technology that
Now we're in the field.
was just easily mass-produced and ubiquitous.
Don't touch anything.
That was the market that they wanted to get into, but the fucking AI data center thing that we were talking about before you showing up, that's the whole reason why their price is fucked now, and now it's just kind of, it's an unfortunate situation, but I don't really hold it against Valve. It's just, it sucks. But now I will build a system rather than buying a Steam machine.
Yep.
Because like I said, for the same amount of money, I can have a machine that I can easily run for the next 10 years. That can do 4K, that can just do 4K without having to rely on the other aspects of it. And even if I do use those FSR capabilities and things like that come with the Radeon card and whatnot, it still ends up actually performing better. So, because the other issue with the Steam machine as well is, and this is kind of like an unmentioned thing, but subliminal. But because they have systems that are going out with either a 16 gigabyte RAM stick or two 8 gigabyte ones, you're either getting dual channel at a 16 gig limitation, or you have to buy a whole new pair, or you have 16 gig running on one channel, which is going to make doing multitasking in the OS side of everything a pain in the ass. But it'll make it easier to upgrade, because you'll only have to get one more 16 gig RAM stick, and then you'll be up to 32. So it's just, I don't know. That's the thing, is it's just like now it's because of them not having as much ability to just enter like Nintendo had been doing with consoles up until they decided to just make a Switch, if you will, and now a Switch 2 to go along with it. There's, the tech space is completely fucked now at this point in time, even for, if you're building your own, it's going to cost you roughly the same as what these systems are selling for, or you can buy so much more if it's got a more premium price attached to it. Because once you start getting at $1,000 to $1,500 range, it's like, why am I not just building a straight out PC?
Yeah,
And then just get a Steam controller,
But here's
so here's the thing that people are paying for, and this is part of the problem that people don't understand, and this is why consoles tend to sell so well. It's the convenience.
Yeah.
I understand there is a convenience factor still with the Steam machine, but what I'm saying, and I at under $1,000, yes, all day.
But I would have paid $1,000 for a fucking console.
Well, you have to remember that
hitting at 1,500. I understand convenience. Convenience works for some people, but those are the kind of people who have, like I said, $5,000 discretionary cash just for whatever.
No, actually, the Steam console,
or people that are so built into a mindset that they buy fucking AirPods for their iPod and things that are. Because yes, a Steam machine is still an open system, but that's the thing, though. A lot of people prefer the convenience of Apple products to actual technology that is. Yes, I'm not saying that kind of market doesn't exist. A lot of people do pay for convenience.
I'm not referring to fanboys in particular. Let me clarify what I'm saying here. Let me make it very clear what I am saying here. What I am saying
he's a fanboy. Don't you fucking lie.
I am a fanboy.
I'm not even saying that Steam. I'm not even saying there's anything about Valve fanboys in this equation. Because now it's just the whole idea of the OS is free.
Some people are doing the whole fanboy thing.
Well, I'm sure.
The internet.
I'm sure because it's the internet, but I'm saying that I'm somebody who has used a Steam Deck far more than most other people in the same amount of time.
Exactly.
Because I used it as my daily driver for the last 2 fucking years, basically. I used it every day up until I got to the point where it just is heat throttled now, so I have to possibly actually send it back to Valve just to make sure that it is
Ooh,
salvage
fuck, that's a hologram chicken
because of the
over
price
here.
of things at this point. And to buy a new one is $1,000 for another Steam Deck. So it's like the price on things has become a factor unto itself. Prior to that, we're talking about a very different situation. But now at this point in time, are there still people who can afford it? Yes, there are, but there's far less, especially at the exponential cost of inflation in every aspect of someone's life. And that's why I say you have to be somebody who has $5,000 easily discretionary income to be able to just go and say $1,500 for casual convenience. Because otherwise, otherwise you're just going to sit here. Because I'm one of the biggest proponents of the Steam machine in this whole space. And I'm sitting here saying that yesterday in under 12 hours I found a system.
Just buy a
once I
mini
found out what the
PC
price
and
was,
install Steam on it.
that it's so much better.
Like a nut.
Okay, so here's the thing about it, right? And Gamers Nexus put a video out about this, and this is where a lot of people really should focus in on, because J2 Cents even pointed this out. Valve shot themselves in the foot 3 years ago when they said they were making a new one, because they chose to stick with the technology, the RDNA 3.5, instead of waiting for 4.0 to come out and then announcing that they would work with that.
Well, again,
Because
that's why I was talking about why it was similar to Nintendo. Because they were trying to enter a current state tech on parity with the PlayStation 5. I mean, that was their intention, was to come into a current state generation of technology at a competitive price point due to mass availability. And then, the economy got completely fucked because of reasons that we don't need to go into, because that was like the first hour and a half of being in here. But, the economy's fucked, and it's completely changed the entire scope of the reality of the situation. And so I can't hold that against Valve, because what they were trying to do was come in and compete and do better than PlayStation, than Xbox, but this entire thing has everyone fucked. Everyone, every single company that makes a piece of tech now has to do it at $1,000 minimum entry, basically. That's it. They slanted the table. I drink your milkshake. That's this kind of bullshit that's going on. It's nothing else.
And even if companies were to start opening up more RAM manufacturing locations,
it'll take 5 to 10 years to get up to fucking...
Exactly.
Yeah.
They should open one here, like in the United States, like fucking have them away, far away from another country, because
I'm going to shut you down there. There is already one. It's called Micron.
All that expenses is because of fucking what do they call it? The fuel cost. What do they call the fuel cost? What do you guys fucking call it? When you're actually importing products, it's very expensive. Just made a fucking company here, so everybody can have a decent fucking product to fucking buy and have it.
But that's the thing, though, Dan, is in the build up to it, like, you have to burn your systems in, basically, to even make things right.
Exactly.
And so like, this is the same, just as much on a printing press as it is in a circuit factory. When I was on the printing press, you would have footage of waste that it would take to get all the rollers to fall into alignment and get dialed in correctly so that your print would actually look appropriate with all the colors matching up and not being, different, just kind of like, how old 3D used to be, what you saw, the red and the blue.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, you have to get your print aligned. And so, like, that was, you had a certain amount of footage that was just a given that you're going to have as waste product. And so you have a 5 to 10 year time to make the clean spaces that it would take to get them up and running, plus also get all their machines calibrated and, just supply chain situated.
I'm gonna take a short break. I gotta take the dog out real quick, guys.
Even potential. Right, so we're just all in a weird, state, because they decided to do this data center thing to undermine reality and bring about, global dystopia. Just lock everyone down with a fucking computer monitor of their own everywhere they go. Because you'll have an AI bot agent attached to you.
But here's the thing, and Gamers Nexus even pointed it out. Again, I keep going back to them because they've been doing a fantastic job pointing it out time and time again. And I was going to finish on the Steam part of it. Because
Well, yeah,
as
no, I watched
essentially
the thing.
pointing out, it's not the RDNA that necessarily was the problem. It was the fact that the GPU itself is actually being underclocked. So is the CPU. And as Gamers Nexus pointed out in their video, if you go and watch it, it's because the way they designed it, there's not a lot of airflow past what's coming underneath it. So they're throttling it so that way it will stay cool and quiet while you're playing, which is weird. You would think if you spent 3 years, you would figure out if Apple can make a cube be able to function with a chip that's so powerful that it eats a ton of energy, you would think that Valve could pull that off as well, given that Valve is also a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and the CEO.
The system as it comes out today isn't the system that'll be in 3 years' time. Because my Steam OS on my Steam Deck is far more capable, than it was when it first came out. So there will be.
I was getting to there. It takes me some time to get to there because I have to lay out the steps to it to get to my point. I don't just jump straight to the point. So you don't have to jump straight to it. My point being is that this machine was not necessarily built to be a powerhouse workhouse like a lot of people, dear friends of mine that I talked to on a daily basis thought it was going to be. And I kept telling him, no, that's not what it was meant to be. This is aimed at the same kind of people that buy PlayStation, that buy Xbox for entertainment systems, not just gaming systems, entertainment systems.
Well, at a certain price quotient, it was available to more people. That's what I was saying. I was very interested in it
company that I followed
until the price itself, comes out, and it's like, all right, well, because it is an open source system, as much as Valve tries to be, customer friendly as possible, given the state of the situation, I understand that they're in certain kind of bindings. And they can't even do the thing that I mentioned earlier about offering a discount, because then people will be like, oh, that's predatory practice because they've got this.
Funny enough, you mentioned that, right? The Dutch government is actually suing them over predatory behavior.
I understand. That's why. That's part of the reason why they got
locked in.
Right. But there's a lot of factors at play here, and it was never intended, for anything wider than like a group of people that are already kind of in the space but don't have a decent build, because they wanted something that was exponentially better than 70% of their install base has currently, because they're already buying Steam games, so they were trying to give them
the basic idea, as it was originally thought out, was going to be the PC version of what Apple has, a all-in-one system that just works.
Yeah,
and that's why it works so hard on.
It's just it's harder to justify at $1,500 than $1,000 for the top end system, because once it hits $1,500, it's like, well, why don't I just get my own setup and just look for the right time to get a thing that does the best.
I mean, if you really want to play into the world of emulation and everything, why not get yourself a M1 Max or M2 Max for the same price with more storage, more RAM, and a more capable chip that you can emulate your Windows games on through Crossover or whatever software you feel like using. I use Whiskey Wine for it, but you can use whatever. And you can emulate those games and get the same, if not better, performance, while also being on a system that has more, I would say, integrity, because a lot of people don't understand Linux. They don't understand how it works. Hell, I've ran into people who told me that, and I'm not kidding on this part, this happened at a Walmart, of all places. That I'll leave that on its own. Where the person told me that Windows is the only operating system anyone should ever use, and anyone who uses anything else, I'm going to change some of the wording they use because they dropped the hard R on it.
I'm back.
But they said that basically people were idiots.
Yes, I'm back.
And I looked at that individual and I thought to myself, this is why the U.S. education system failed.
Yeah, it is. It failed so bad, bro.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's somebody who's a flat-out consumer model mindset of, ubiquity and massive of scale, being able to just
And
kind of
stupidity.
and yeah, and that's you know, that is definitely a large degree of what's at play in reality for most things at this point in time. Most people enjoy ease of use, you know, as you were saying, like, you know, the quality of life aspects of just something that just works and is, you know, just
The Apple models.
right. I can press the button on my controller and it turns the thing on. And if you're willing
Or
to
I can put my
compromise
finger on
certain
the
things-
reader, my MacBook magically opens, and away I go.
Right. If you're willing to buy what is essentially a $20 gimmick, which, while a gimmick, it does have its uses, quality of life stuff. But when I have to look at it as, all right, if they tell me that it's a PC first, and I look at it as, all right, PC first, the same amount of money, I can get far better of an experience. The only thing I have to compromise on is a little bit of difficulty having to turn it on. You know, like that's that $20 of tech does not make up for all the other things that I have to give up at $1,500. At under a thousand, I would have, because I don't care about 4K specifically. But if I do have to put $1,500 in, basically, to have a system that just operates, then I want something that's going to be able to scale out for 5 to 10 years of use, and there's far more availability of upgrade paths by seeking out something outside the Steam machine.
I built my computer. I built my computer back.
I was gonna say, well, here, so
Hey guys, I built my computer
Let him talk,
back in
shit.
2018. And then I had a 1080 and I burned it out, overclocked it. Never again will I do overclock on a fucking computer. So I got my 3090 for the past 6 years already, and I'm still rocking it right now. I haven't bought any new graphics card. I'm not crazy about it, you know.
Yeah, no. Well, 3090 is actually in some ways better than the 40 series or the 50 series of the NVIDIAs, because they went and added in the capabilities through a firmware upgrade that they have without all the added overhead of the AI systems at play. So your 30 series is actually really good.
Yeah, it's a 3090. That's the highest.
well, let's say to that point, right? Is and this is what I was going to get at as well before I gotta head out, because I gotta get a couple things done. As far as the price tagging, I made this statement to one of my dear friends. His name is Adam. I've talked about him quite a bit here in my channel and a few other places, because he's one of the guys that. No, thank you. Anyways, I talked to him about it. I told him, like, the problem with the pricing, the way they did it, is that with Apple, yeah, their prices are expensive, but you look at what you're getting more as you go. As the more you upgrade, there's more incentives to want to upgrade further. The step ladder is what they call it. And while sometimes it can be extremely predatory.
Well, that's the thing with the Steam machine. It just has one gimmicky thing. And for that one gimmicky thing, it doesn't set itself apart enough to justify the expense.
That's the point I'm trying to get at.
Say if it had like 5 or 6, you know, specific things that were unique to it at that price point, and it had some of those limitations, but you could do these 6 things that you otherwise couldn't do, and that would be innovative and something, you know, uniquely strange. And maybe their idea is that the ultimate setup for this is you have your Steam Deck, you have your Steam machine, and you have your Steam frame. And through that model of having like ubiquity of just networking stability, they can make something that happens in that space utilizing all those forms of tech together. But that's a much bigger buy to, you know, modularly build up, where you have to get a Steam Deck, a Steam machine, or a PC that runs, say, Steam OS at least. And then the Steam frame, so that you can hybridize them all together into like a little, you know, node-based network.
Well, I was gonna say, well, here's the other thing. Like, Apple was able to sell the iCloud thing because they had built the trust over years. I don't know if Valve has necessarily built that same trust. I'm not saying that they're a terrible corporation by any stretch of the imagination. Well, they've had their dark history, don't get me wrong. However, I would not say they necessarily built the same trust that Apple built with the iCloud and all the devices working in the ecosystem. And I feel like Valve is attempting to do the Apple thing of the ecosystem a little too quickly. I think they needed to take a little more time, space things out a little bit more.
Hadn't been upended so, just out of nowhere. Because we're just seeing like the first ripple of
well, they're already saying there's going to be RAM prices jumping up by 300%.
Because that's the other thing too, is a Steam machine at $1050 for the buy-in to $1,500 range might actually be the low end. And that's a weird thing because it's already compromised tech, that we're saying current state at best, competitive, and then along with that, though,
Games Next has said that its GPU is capable of competing with a 3060 and a 4060. That's what it's capable of competing against.
Right.
If you turn the frame gen off, then it drops lower.
Right.
So if you have 4070 or above,
I've watched a few
you already got
on it
something
in the past day. I've probably watched like 12 hours of coverage on it because, like I said, I very much was interested. Of the people in this conversation, I was probably the most interested in the Steam machine, in terms of getting one. And I was literally just waiting to hear the price announcement so that I could figure out the means to make. But at that cost, I'd much rather invest it in other aspects of technology because that's somebody who doesn't have discretionary income. Anything I've done now has to have longevity because the price of entry might get so out of hand over the course of the next few years because, like I said, we're just in the first ripple of a wave of economic atrocities that are, baked into our experience right now, and they don't get any better.
No, it's not going to get any better. Like AMD, and one final thing then before I leave you guys, AMD just got caught recently pulling memory encryption from their CPUs, from the lower end ones, and then they just put out a statement saying, well, you got to buy the Pro ones if you want that. And instantly, within 12 hours.
That's why, Jamie, that's why I got a Raspberry Pi 4 to play all
Skimpflation, inflation, shrinkflation, greedflation. There's a lot of things that are just, but it's all just ways of saying wealth disparity ultimately, and it's not so much. Inflation is the wrong term for people to use. They should call it what it is: debasement. Because that's what I was saying earlier. Is that it's not.
Honestly, I would argue that this is probably just as bad as the Great Depression was in the 30s.
Oh, we're living in a gilded age right now already, and that's what I was saying before you came in. It's like if our country was a human body, it would be on the verge of having a stroke.
24G wireless controller.
We would look like we're having a stroke, getting tased.
That's good.
Well,
that's fun stuff.
Right.
Well, I don't know if I can say that last part because I don't want to get demonetized.
Yeah, no, it's basically like standing in, fucking ankle deep water with a fucking electrical line, just drop right in the middle of a fucking hurricane kind of situation.
It's like this. It's like you tied a metal antenna to yourself. You run out in a giant thunderstorm, butt naked, yelling at God that He can't strike you with lightning.
Pretty much, and unfortunately, that is kind of the mindset that has a lot of the stuff at play. Is people that are trying to bring about an apocalypse.
Figure out how to get over there.
They believe that they're the chosen ones.
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
The rest of us are, at their discretion, I guess.
But I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I'm not exactly doing too well either. As far as tech is concerned, I've got to replace my MacBook, and well, that's going to be a fucking nightmare and a half. But I'm not going to be hopeful.
You got iCloud, bitch. You'll be fine.
Okay.
I wish I didn't have these problems. I wish nobody had these problems. Like I said,
probably not the actual physical laptop itself needs.
When I look at inflationary models, they try to justify the cost of things today by saying, "Oh, well, this was worth that much back then." No, you're just using math to try to make a point, and the actual point that they get at and they reveal through their dumb number chasing by saying that stuff back in the 80s was actually worth this much. No, that means that your money has been divided down in its actual solvency and stability at this point in time. So things that cost $500 right now should be like $200. You know?
Well, I was gonna say, in 1974, $100 would buy you, what was it, something close to like 2 weeks worth of groceries, a full tank of gas, and you would still have enough to go see a movie.
Right, and because
now
of the wealth,
$100 doesn't even buy you a day's worth of groceries.
Right, and now because of the slanting of the table, you know, that has been at play largely, galvanized by the COVID hell world dystopia state that they
And
created.
they're bringing that shit back too, yo, John.
Whenever they talk about supply chain issues, the supply chain that they were referring to was the competition. It was you and I. The supply chain that they were trying to strengthen was one that froze everyone out of competition. So now it's just unfettered.
Well, not only that, but like a lot of the truckers, a lot of the people who do the mass hauling of the products and everything, were getting denied their union rights and getting denied their insurance and their health coverage and everything. And a lot of them got sick and couldn't work. And because they didn't have insurance, they had to pay everything out of pocket, which meant they couldn't afford to go riding up and down the road, because a lot of them pay for their own gas and everything. They get reimbursements based on the contract.
Right. Yeah, no, it's you're kind of quasi, even if you're an employee, you're still kind of on a per diem kind of basis. It's yeah.
I might have to go back to Ocean Heights.
So I fully understand what you're talking about with the supply chain issues, and not only that, but this was pointed out, funny enough, by my uncle. Look what happened recently with the U.S. and Iran. Our money, the U.S. dollar, is not based on the imaginary system like it was in 2008 to 2014. Apparently, it's been on the oil. It's not on gold.
We've been on the petrodollar in line with the fiat currency, and so they just kind of made them work together.
Game, though.
Whereas if we actually had solvent money and money actually just had value, then we would have real competition, and that's the last thing that they want right now, because they're
especially the U.S. because the U.S. The vast majority of our money comes from oil, because we have the vast majority of all the trades with oil and crude oil, gas, stuff like that. Diesel as well.
The fractional banking, the central banking concept, basically does benefit ultimately one family in the world. When you kind of get down to the brass tacks, and so
there's a family, and then the group of families around that family that all benefit from it.
Right. And those are also the people that are caught up doing all the stuff like Jeffrey's Pedo Island Adventures and
no, you should have called it no, you should have called it the Epstein Family Adventures.
Well, I like
Adventures of the Epstein Family. There you go.
I like Pedophile and just simply because it's good wordplay, and I also like Hello Kitty. So Hello Kitty Island Adventure is what I base it off of.
Bro,
but that is well, I like Hello Kitty in kind of an ironic
so you need to lock this guy up in a mental ward. He likes Hello Kitty.
No. I like it in an ironic sense. I'm a 45-year-old man. I got thrown out of a bar in Texas because I had a Hello Kitty bank card, because the other choice was like a Sierra Club thing or like a football team or some shit.
Okay. My name's Chris Hansen. I'm gonna need you to take a seat.
I don't have any kids. I don't want anything to do with kids. But I don't have the means to do that. The kind of people that do though are the kind of people that you're referring to, which along with the pedophile and stuff, the other thing that they were trying to do was they made a yacht so large that it had a 500-member crew, and it was basically a floating island for the wealthy. that you had to have a certain amount of discretionary income to even be invited into to begin with, and it always stayed in international waters, so that there was no way to, like it's an entire fucking bank scam. I've watched like I've been doing some Epstein research stuff over the last few year or so plus at this point in time.
I've been
along with everything else, because like
following that.
Yeah. Well, like when Pizzagate was a thing, that was the stuff that was going on. That's also the Epstein files, you know.
Yeah,
and all this original
American to the American people.
Right, and the release of the stuff that came out, and the stuff that, you know, because it was all supposed to be released, but we've got as much as we're probably really going to get in the foreseeable.
You mind if I leave you on this thought?
It's all right.
Is it possible, given how long they delayed everything, given all the shenanigans, especially with Pamela Blondie, is it possible that what we got is actually not the truth at all? Instead, made up stories by the different governments that came through to actually cover up what legitimately happened. That they made it so wild and so insane that the average person would not believe it.
No, the only reason why I say I suppose they could.
Remember, this is the same government that did MK Ultra.
Oh, I understand. I understand that, but here's the thing: they are more likely to weed in misinformation, kind of, malicious things, so they can, point to the thing.
For example, George H.W. Bush eating a 13-year-old. I mean,
right, but here's the thing.
Hard to believe.
Oh well, it's kind of hard to believe. What eating people by
that was actually in the files. I'm not kidding.
Right, but eating people by people who are in positions of power is something that is very human. The entire plasmatic industry in medicine makes all of us cannibalistic by definition. So like there are things at play that a lot of people do not want to take into account. And that's the whole thing on why it's like, if it were a wild story, sure, but here's the thing, it's been scrutinized and been verified, and like all these other things that go around it. And so that's where it just comes back to, no, actually, honestly, there's, as you talk, like the thing we're talking about, the money cult and the people that surround it. That's what this is ultimately all about, is like, they're on the quest for life extension technology at the expense of everyone that it takes to make the exchange. Because they don't care about, like, they don't even want a fucking meat suit. They just want to have free running consciousness throughout the system, untethered from the judgment and forgiveness of God. That's like, to me, that's far more at play than this just being just a clown story for Clown World. Because the CIA does do some troonish fucking insanity, to be sure. That's the whole reason why LGBTQ CIA insanity is kind of, part of what we have to deal with as well. Like there's plenty of clownery afoot in the stuff that's out there, but it does not dismiss like the actual aspects of it that just point to an organized crime system that was organized so that crime would be legalized for them specifically, and the other places that they go about doing these things that are otherwise reprehensible, they would just rather build a fucking yacht that is out in international waters all the time and effectively out of anyone's jurisdiction. And they'll just figure out a way that, sure, maybe, but no, there's far too much that can actually be verified by multiple entities that have completely differing ideological viewpoints overall, and this and that. Because oddly enough, they try to make everybody's politics binary, and everything else is just choose your own adventure time. And that's not really the state of reality. All of us come from different points in time and space and experience and all this kind of shit to like shape our, it's nature and nurture in terms of who we are, how we are, why we are, and all that encompasses that. And political ideologies, are far more diverse than our genders. And so like, they can just put that into the works along with all this other stuff and create a whole
See,
lot
'cause
more
you
insanity.
also pointed out something, right?
We
That
gotta go up there.
it's a money cult thing, and so that's why I posed the question to you, because given the history of a lot of these governments and how they love spinning certain narratives and covering certain things up, is it not a possibility?
Well, I suppose it's a
Given the
possibility, but
history
it's
of
also a
mankind-
possibility that it's a black magic ritual that's being done as a way to incept reality and make everyone fixate and be hypnotized.
I suppose in
on
the same
one
vein that
common
we can
course of
also all be in a simulation that what we are experiencing now is actually just whatever
Almost
creature
there.
happens to have us
Possibly.
kidnapped.
Possibly, I tend to more
Although that
go
one's-
for the.
I'm just
my
going to say
belief-
to that one, fuck you,
My-
whoever's doing it.
My
You're an
belief is more
asshole.
optimistic. My belief is more optimistic, and it explains the current reason for a lot of our science fiction to be so terrible is because it's done by these contract
No, shit,
lords
we
that
get
are
the
that are
Apollo
that are
Welcome back.
that are pulling
Apollo.
off
Hey,
a form of
I'm guessing
enchantment.
you need someone's
You go to
space
movies, you watch all the
punch
stuff,
then, huh?
like the things that
Bring any
you
food?
feed upon
Nope.
mentally nourish you just as the things that you
Dang.
feed upon, like, edibly.
Yep.
And
Still
so
here. Just show me a
there
buck.
is a way to
Alright,
kind of
I ain't paying.
cast
Your money's
reality
giving me.
into a
Let's go
certain
crack
kind of
some
mold
hells.
if you so choose, if you're, if you have the means, and few of us do, but there are few
Okay, we
that
just
can
have a
and do.
bubble.
But I tend to be a little bit more optimistic. I believe in the multifaceted state of reality, much like the Tower of Babel separated us all with many languages. I believe that God kind of made many manifestations to give us all multiple paths to actually reach ultimate judgment for ultimate
There's something in
forgiveness,
a pink
to be
sign I
back
gotta
into
fucking
that
figure out.
greater thing.
Well,
But there are people
And
amongst
if
us
you
who are
think
more
about it, the
focused on life
ultimate,
extension
the ultimate
technology.
forgiveness, if you want to go the Christian route, which I can go there, the ultimate forgiveness is Christ dying on the cross for your sins. That's the ultimate forgiveness.
Right, but
He paid the ultimate price.
I understand, but I'm just talking about in terms of, you have to earn your way to heaven. You don't just get it because,
But no, if
still-
you believe
still-
in, you
Right.
cannot work your way to heaven. For if that was if you could do so, then there would have been no point of Christ dying, because you could work your debts off. The debt is your debt.
But I'm not looking at this like a Pharisee. I'm not saying that this is the pathway to
Friendly.
heaven and this is how you get there, other than to say that you have to be willing to be judged to have forgiveness yourself, because that is the model of faith. And if you
Thank you.
avoid judgment,
cat.
to avoid forgiveness, which has already been gifted to you, if you so choose to receive said gift.
They really side
Because there's
things
givers and
up.
takers in this world, and there's a lot of people who don't understand receivership. And so, like, I can try to offer you something and you can receive it, and that would be awesome. Or I could try to offer you something and you can run away with it and I never see you again, and best wishes to you. Or there's some people that go to offer them something, they take it right out of your hands and then they destroy it right in front of you, just for the sake of doing it. And so, like, that's the whole thing. And I'm talking about, like, people that believe in the consciousness, the state of consciousness being equal to that of God. And if there's a way that they can untether themselves from the moral coil but still be here in a conscious vessel of whatever form it has to take, they will do everything at whatever cost to avoid ultimate judgment, to attain ultimate forgiveness. And that is the thing that keeps us all in this weird, fucked up thing. Because God is able to judge, because we are all manifestations of God. And so God is experiencing everything through its splendor and its folly and all of that. And that's part of the whole thing about, like, ultimate judgment and forgiveness, is just kind of realizing that, to a lot of this stuff, it's just confetti and it's static in the air. And the best that we can do for any of us is not worry so much about the shape of reality, but how we navigate ourselves through it on our journey towards what is hopefully some level of, judgment for forgiveness to get out of this system. And I'd much rather be a timeless, eternal being of energy and light than just keep going through this moral coil bullshit reality before I get the fucking message enough to get out of it.
Yeah.
Because if you get
Here's the
caught up
thing,
in
right?
this whole thing about the material aspect, then you turn into one of these goddamn contract lords that's been around since the start of fucking Bible.
Camera channel on Rumble. Oh,
There are a lot of
that's what
Satanists and
Overkill said. I gotta
Pharisees
check
that
that
aren't
out,
even
Overkill.
aware of how they actually operate. But they'll go and they'll bandy about like, you know, the name Jesus and give you psalms and this and
Send me
that,
the link,
price on
Roadkill.
a t-shirt
If
or
you're
a
done with
fucking
the
whatever. And do it gladly. And they'll say these things to you, they'll get you to sign off on it because they're contract lords. And they believe that if they make the contract, that God has to be bound by it. And so like, it causes a whole bunch of
I didn't know that
insanity.
you
But
was
then,
on.
And what I've read and what I've been taught. And the way I've understood is that through Christ, God has experienced everything that we will experience in this life. For
Right.
He is omnipotent. He already knows.
on a quantum and time scale where we've all already either reached
If you go,
that
actually, if
point
you
or
go back
not.
to Genesis, He makes the statement, "Before I formed you in my mother's womb, I knew the path you would walk and the path I had laid for you."
Sure.
Which means He already knows ahead of time what you're fixing to experience, and He
Right.
sets
And
a path for you to succeed.
Right, and I'm just trying to encompass what is the artifice of man contending with the splendor of God that's at play. And I believe that it is the human condition that we won't even miss our humanity until we lack the very body to inhabit it. And at that point in
But,
time,
I
being a
mean,
computer
on
in
a
a
comfort-
fucking robot suit may be all well and good, but if you can't actually taste things, you can't actually feel things, if you can't actually die, if you can't actually have remorse in some level of just kind of, you know, like that's the whole thing, that's the path of faith, of
Yeah, what you're referring to is the idea of living forever, not eternal life and the eternal life of the spirit, but
no,
living
right.
forever.
Those things are very much at
Physical-
odds, and that's the whole thing on why, like, when they sit here and talk about transcendence, they're talking about transhumanism rather than ascendance of the soul and like your consciousness, you know, and like it's kind of like the whole idea of like, the way that we operate, we have these toral fields around us, right? Anything that has a pulse puts out, you know, waves, and so like we have these toral fields that we operate in. And that's like an operational field of potentiality in my multifaceted state of understanding and my belief. But
at any given moment in time, you're
I
always
believe
given.
that I believe that we exist within the field of our spirit. So it's not that our spirit is embedded in like this meat concentration. This is the concentration of our energy that makes us manifest in reality. But the thing that we operate as eternal beings is larger than our one body. And I just believe that we've been a multifaceted
Almost making it there.
casting of that, where we have different lessons that we learn in each passing of this life, whether it's happening parallel or we go through it in a loop or what the fuck. I don't know the fucking mechanization. I'm just saying that I take from the stories as like, you know, what it's speaking about rather than focusing on specific words and shit like that. And so like, it's like that's
Well, because
Like,
here's a fact that you might want to take in consideration, though. It's not every Bible is worded the same for a reason.
I'm well aware of that. But you know, like the thing that I'm saying is that if you look for individual specific quotes to justify things in the Bible,
But the Bible was written by men.
then that's kind of starts getting into like the same kind of mindset that leads to pharisaical, you know, worship and
It
all this
doesn't.
kind of
See
stupid
here,
shit.
whoa, I'm gonna stop you there real quick. I'm gonna stop you right there.
No. Jesus
Remember,
talks to people
there's
in
three-
parables for a reason. It's not about like a specific passage. It's about what the fuck
I'm
the guy's
stopping
actually
you there
saying.
because I need to explain something to you. And this was something that actually was brought to my attention by a pastor that teaches at a college. So now, let me finish before you keep interrupting me. You have to remember, there's 3 different Bibles that a lot of the 40,000 plus English versions that are written, there's 3 of them it's based on. The Latin version, the Greek version, and what we call Hebrew was a different language at the time that Jesus was spoken. Hebrew is the modern version of it. And I also know this because one of my best friends is a Jew. And I'm not kidding, he's a legitimate blood Jew. And while he doesn't practice Judaism, he actually practiced paganism more, if you want to call it that. I call him more agnostic than anything else because he's not of any one particular religion as far as he practiced. He's kind of a whatever.
I don't want to get into a whole conversation about the Talmud. I'm not going to do that right now. But
here's the thing, right? You have to understand that different Bibles interpret the three versions differently. Some will go word by word translations, while others go by what the meaning of those parables were about.
I understand, and that's why I'm saying.
That's why I'm saying
that, right, and that's why I'm saying specific Bible passages don't matter in the long term. It actually matters in, like, the holistic approach of what each story is
here's the thing, right?
Hold on, no. I'm making a counterpoint to the point that you made. I'm just saying that you can, if you actually get the message, it will take whatever shape it takes. That's kind of the living word of God, when you understand that it's more about, like, receiving the message, receiving the gift, than, identifying specific kind of idealistic things. And you can turn a passage into an idealistic thing. That is the state of modern Christianity. There are a lot of counterfeit Christians in this world, and there's a lot of Pharisees and Satanists that don't even know it.
I mean, even Jesus told you that you were going to run into those kind of people. Woe to the double-minded man, because you're going to run into.
What I'm saying is that you're more likely to run into the devil at church, because those are the people that, like amongst them, are either the ones that are most fun to corrupt, or the ones that are already corrupted that are just wearing a mask, and because they're there. Bringing in the devil with them, and I'm just saying that stuff, contract lordship, and all this stuff, everything that we deal with now, all relates back to what is in the story of the Bible. So what it's talking about is more important than any specific passage or what the hell ever. Because when you actually read through it and understand,
I think certain Bible verses should be memorized, because those are ways for you to go back. If you need, for example,
if someone wants to spend all their time doing all that, that's all well and good. I'm not here to tell anybody how to approach their faith. Because remember, it's called the
armor of God for a reason.
Believe me, I'm well aware. My girlfriend for 3 years was a Pentecostal, and that meant I dated her entire church. Okay, I've had people pray over me because of being enchanted by demonic forces within hours of meeting them. So, like, I understand, like, how in the weeds people's religious silly hats can get, and the silly hats of religion sit and rest upon the good head of faith. And so, like, that's one of those things where, like, you can't allow that silly hat filter that takes many shapes. It even takes the shape of a COVID mask, surprisingly, under the name of the guise of science. Anything, like, when religion supersedes faith, then you have a lot of fucking problems. And so, like, that's the problem that a lot of people encounter nowadays, is that they're encountering faith TM, that, or with a registered kind of fucking insignia in the corner, because it's underwritten by some corporatized entity rather than
like for example, like Joel Osteen, who's what I call selling false hope.
Exactly, and that's what I'm talking about.
If you pay $19.99 a month, or whatever the fuck he charges now,
right?
The example I can think of that really, in my opinion, makes him a false pastor and a false priest, whatever you want to call him, is when he had an opportunity to open his church up for 5,000 homeless people in Texas when I forget the name of the hurricane that flooded through and wiped all those poor people's homes away. Yeah, he said they could go fuck themselves, for lack of a better phrase.
Yeah.
And I remember going, yep, and that's why you're a false fucking priest, and one of these days karma's going to get you for it.
Yeah,
because karma's a real fucking thing, and it will get you.
He's a profiteer and a Pharisee, and he's another one of those people who, dabbles in all this. Because here's the sick thing too, amongst like all the things we talk about. Because, like, when you said, "What if it was all a clown show?" Unfortunately, there's a lot of people who take advantage of systems of exploiting kids that are already exploited and already traumatized, because they already have the right kind of adrenaline profile in their their DNA structure and the way that their mind works and things like that, that they're the ones that are preyed upon the most. And unfortunately, amongst a lot of these counterfeit Christians are a lot of people that are involved in human trafficking under the guise of Christian worship groups and things like that, and like, you know, trying to like set up Romanian orphanages and all this kind of weird fuckery. That there is a lot of stuff that most people do not want to deal with, and because of that, you know, that's why I say, like, you know, it's far easier for me to believe that more people would rather call it a clown show than actually deal with the clown show that made all this stuff, you know, just inevitable. Because the level of corruption always has to get more bent. You know, it's like when you blow up a balloon, it never goes back to the same shape. And so the same kinks that used to get you off when you're like fucking over the world on your way to fucking, you know, infinite lifespan, if you can manage it. And that's been a goal since the fucking pharaohs. You know, like, that's just part of this weird cult of power that has been at play through bloodlines, things like that. You know, there's all the stuff.
Who joined?
Den of Thames left and Beard is here. What up, Beard?
Hey, Beard, what up, Beard?
Hello.
How's it going, man? Welcome in.
Good.
Rude as hell.
Yeah,
I thought y'all was having a good conversation.
Yeah.
He said he was going to leave on his point, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm over here chilling, just playing games.
It's all good.
My stream.
But, you know, Beard coming in and hearing the tail end of what I've been going on about, does any of that sound like it's off base?
No. Like the Pharisees are, they're doing well these days.
Indeed they are.
Too well, perhaps.
Yep. Yeah, no, if Jesus did return, Joel Osteen's the kind of guy whose entire world he would flip over and whip out into the street in front of everyone.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, Jesus showed up, he'd probably just wind up working at you know,
Starbucks,
a porn shop or a strip club these days, because he'd just be out there actually just doing the thing, meeting people and not even making a big deal about it, and no one would even notice.
What's your name, guy?
Well, I'm with, what is it? What's his face? Stand-up comedian. Is that Ginger? You know, he's full-blown like, man, you guys better hope God doesn't come back down to Earth, because one of the first things he's going to ask is, why the hell are you doing this? Why the hell are you doing that? That shit's wrong. And when you tell him that, you tell him because you need money, he's going to be like, what the fuck is money?
What the fuck is money? Right.
I fucking gave you everything in the world. What more bounty you could ever fucking need.
Right. But money.
To fucking, what is this? Like,
it's a psychological means of disrupting the actual natural flow of things that we thought would be really cool if we decided that we would just go and introduce into everything. And so it's like having blood clots in your circulatory system. You know, money.
Oh, man. Money.
It's the currency. It's the currency, God. You know, just like you told us, like with salt and whatnot. You know, like, yeah, we're, you know, just currency. It's the energy of life.
Oh, man.
And we made it manifest under our concepts.
Yeah.
And we found a way to fit you into it.
Yeah, well, and it's just one of those things biblically. There's a reason, like, greed is excoriated, not wealth. You know, I'm like, I hate to tell you, money ain't wealth.
Yeah, no, there's a difference between wealth and having a lot of money in the bank. Wealth is a combination of your health and wellness. Be quite honest. You know, the amount of money you have in the bank, it's nice.
Dan, God didn't need a Dan.
But it is very, very fallible, as we've all experienced over the course of the last 5 years. Because all you have to have is a control state introduce a bioweapon to upend reality and completely destroy any last vestiges of legitimate, you know, customer-based capitalism, and you put everybody on the consumer mind feed of you know, one world governments, because you just made everything inaccessible. So yeah, money's like a hammer, dude. I can build a house with it, or I can crush your fucking skull.
It didn't become inaccessible because of money. You know, to be clear.
Well, money is just the means to the end. It's mostly about the power, the reservation of power. And reservations of power take many forms of manifestation. They take the form of land.
Money is only a functional means if you're willing to honor it. Like,
or even when they did COVID Hell World, the reservation at that point in time was the pain and, you know, what was the point of sticking it to you? They were reserving their right of power and dominion over you. Stick this thing in your body. Let us colonize you with whatever the fuck's in this needle and deal with it. You know, like that was a reservation of power. That was the ultimate reservation of power, because not only now have they gone beyond the currency of the way that we operate mechanically, but now I want to like be able to operate the way that you function on a genetic level, using the shit that I specifically engineered over the course of decades to destroy everything that you have in your system designed to prevent something like this from happening.
VC party.
You know,
yeah.
there's no mistake that the guy who was behind, you know, AIDS research was also the guy who was behind all the shit that happened with COVID Hell World as well.
Yeah.
You know, they just finally found a way to aerosolize the thing that they figured out how to do back in a way that they had to do intravenously when they were doing the initial tests in San Francisco.
Blows my mind how many people don't know about the AIDS shit.
Yeah. But yeah, Fauci's been killing people on this planet for decades. He's like probably the most successful serial killer in all of history.
Yeah, what might be.
I mean, he's certainly the one with the most organized crime backing.
Dr. Fauci has a fucking face to get punched real fast. I would like to see Dr. Fauci and just fucking punch him in the fucking face. Like literally.
You're not pronouncing it right.
Like I would like to just drop on my fist onto his fucking face and just flatten his nose right through his fucking skull. I can't hate that motherfucker. Like since COVID fucking came out, he's just lied up by every fucking thing. And his fucking laugh, his evil fucking Santa Claus laugh, pissed me off even more, bro. Like literally just wanna fucking rip that tongue off his fucking mouth. I can't stand him, bro. I can't. I hate Dr. Fauci, bro, with a fucking passion, bro.
Oh wow, I just got a notification, Beard. You and I have been officially Discord friends for a year.
So did I.
Yeah.
How long have I been Discord friends with you folks?
Oh, I have no idea. Does it say when you look, or
I couldn't
is
say,
there a
but
place to even look it up?
It happened. It has a timestamp on it. It's been since the time that I came into this room and you joined. So this is 9:56. You said at 9:41. So in the last 15 minutes, after you answered me saying, "Hey, what's up?" Wow, sorry. Wow, dude. God damn. I'm high as fuck. Wow, it's been quite a year. Jesus. You know, actually, here's the crazy thing. It's like I end up calling hemp beard all the time too whenever I get too high.
I don't even know if he's here.
Now I'm doing the reverse of it, so it's just me. So I'm the one who's all mixed up.
No, you're not.
I'm an old man. And if not an old man, as Toasty says, I'm by kids' standards, I am an unk, I guess.
Right.
So
an unk?
Yes. I'm an old man who's basically over 30. Yeah. That's part of the.
I'm in my 40s already, and I.
So, yeah, you're Dan is an unk as well. Although I don't know if actually having kids takes away unk status. I don't think that it does, but it certainly solidifies it. If you don't have kids and you're over 30, then you're definitely an unk.
No, I'm an uncle by fucking 6, 7 nephews.
Yeah. Oh, I was an uncle before I graduated high school. Yeah.
Well,
I don't even see them.
Friendly.
All I know is I love that people don't think I'm my fucking age.
How old do you think I am?
I could say about the 30s.
How old?
26.
20.
I will be 45 in the summer.
Oh, God bless you.
You're fucking lying.
Nope. 1981.
Damn, you're older than me
I
by
know.
2 years.
I know that year.
Dude, the last time I was at Lodge, what is it? One of the guys was telling me, and I forgot what the conversation was, but he tied it up with like, well, you wouldn't get it. You're young. And I'm like, how young? How old do you think I am? And he, well, you're like 32 or whatever. And I'm like, what?
Thank you.
What? And it's like,
You're youthful. You're youthful.
How old are you? I'm in my 40s. And he's like, you know, the jaw drop.
Yeah, I got that at work like a year or two ago. I had a coworker who's like, you're like 28, aren't you? I'm like, no, I'm over 40.
But Beard, here's the thing, Beard, and it is specifically your beard. It is still very rich, and you have like a youthful vitality. Whereas me, because of all. This is the thing I was just talking about like preying upon kids that already have trauma issues, you know?
You're
like there's a
preying
reason
upon
why
us. Is that what you're
there's a
saying?
reason why my chin was white in my, you know, before I got out of my shitty marriage. Yeah, that's because all the stress and everything. That, yeah, it all happened mostly within a year's time, and then it just kind of like slowly what remained just kind of like grayed out over the course of the next few years after that. But the main shock of it all happened along with like a thing that I was, you know, seeing through as part of my journey, I guess. But yeah, like you definitely have a youthful. That's why I always tell people, I'm not here to be a role model. I'm not here for mass approval or even, you know, like consensus of thought. I'm here trying to explain things from a situation that I hope nobody ever encounters. Like I don't. You know, that's why I get annoyed when people start trying to like frame like this whole pedophile insanity like it's got some kind of political bend to it. And it's like, dude, they're pedophiles of any stripe across reality. They have a dichotomy of governance in most places, and they all have different labels. But all the people that are at the top, regardless of the letter that's next to their name, are just like people in wrestling. You know, they all operate interdependently with each other outside of the scope of what they portray on TV, and what they're dealing with at that point is a level of organized corruption and crime that only they can get away with because they're the ones in control of overseeing, you know, the accountability factor, and they're not accountable. So, you know, it's like that's just the nature of things. We live in a brutish world. I don't care what you call it. You know, it's like there's no. The idea of what America is a great idea, but we haven't been that for.
Didn't gotta repeat that part.
Jesus.
In other words, what he's trying to say is John is on Mars and having the best birthday ever.
You know, I do kind of feel in some ways like, you know, hey, I'll take that as a compliment. You know, like I'll be. I'll do life on Mars, like, you know, original Watchmen though. If I'm gonna be the doctor,
yeah.
If I'm gonna be the doctor, you know,
Dr.
then
Manhattan?
if I'm gonna be Dr. Manhattan, then we're going movie lore, not this crazy bullshit that they did in the series. I do like the soundtrack to the series because of Nine Inch Nails, or the Nine Inch Nails as they're referred to as in the series,
Don't
and
think
also
I
in
ever
Twin
saw
Peaks.
the series. I saw the movie.
The series was through the whole gynocentric reality kind of bullshit.
Gotcha.
At the end, he puts his energy into an egg, and his black wife eats it, and she becomes the power of
whatever.
This is gonna
Dr.
be like
Yeah,
a
it's-
fucking
yeah, they
stuck
completely
situation, so
right. But in terms
On
of
this
feeling
band.
like a guy who's kind of been through it all and just kind of beyond oblivion, and now I'm just sitting on Mars, just waiting for everybody to catch up to some sense of actual sanity,
Like, I just
rather
found
than pretending like
can't
it's
even get in here
Tuesday
at
and
the
all this
moment.
sod of reality that
Sod.
we make around ourselves is anything but like a distraction. Yeah, sure, I'm out on Mars. Totally,
Shit,
I'll own that.
Good place to be.
crazy.
Yeah,
It took him a long
I'm
time
already
just to
40
say
years
I'm
old.
fucked up.
That's what Jamie said. For my
I've been saying I'm
birthday.
fucked up my entire life. Yeah, Jay. I mean, like, if you're gonna fuck up big time. And I have made a fucking grand masterpiece of a life.
I really
of
miss being in
fuck
my
up.
20s, though. Tell the truth.
You know,
I have
like
I have a lot
risk.
of friends
It's
hanging
the
out.
risk reward thing. You know, if you don't take high risks, then you won't have high rewards. But along with high rewards, also come like, you know, really deep skids.
I am stuck now.
and I am one of those deep skids currently. It would seem, obviously, but I've had a life
Oh,
that most
shit.
people get paid millions of dollars to pretend they've lived, and I've actually lived it, and I'm, you know, damn near homeless at this point
Yeah,
in
I
time.
think when
but
people do
I'm having fun in
facelifts,
the fucking journey.
problem. When people make facelifts, when they get older, it just makes your face. As you get older, you make yourself more ugly and ugly and ugly. But, and plus, you're spending like fucking
Well,
not.
Well, you
Thousands of fucking
you know,
dollars.
the thing I was talking about earlier about
Understood.
like the manifestation of our the concentration of our energy. You inhabit
Fine.
your energy. You look like your energy
Understood.
as you go
Fine.
through
Now
life.
Let me have my
And so all these people that are carving away at all the fucking rot are people that are just, you know, trying to prevent themselves from looking like Sith Lords. But that's exactly what they are.
Yeah.
You know, and no level of surgery gets rid of the energy that's behind it.
Nope. It just makes you look
Yeah.
fucking worse when you get fucking surgery.
More often than not, I mean, there are some people who get cosmetic surgeries that are actually fairly decent people, and if they have a little bit of vanity, and that's the worst trait they have, oh whatever.
I'll say, there are definitely some people I wish would get cosmetic surgeries.
Right,
Sure.
but right. Well, you know, oddly enough, they
So
are
many-
just the
so
wrong
much
kind
of
of
this
cosmetic
plastic
surgery.
just ends up looking. They end up looking like clones of each other.
Thank you for coming.
Well, it's
Yeah.
all just one androgynous blob at this point that they're aiming
Yeah.
for. Like they just want the world to be
Yeah, I don't get that.
shades of beige and gray. Nothing will have a taste. Nothing will have, you know, like any kind of uniqueness or, you know, it'll just be ubiquity from here on out.
Did you say shades of Asian gray?
Asian grays.
I said beige and gray,
Gonna be a problem because I must have fucking.
but maybe I should say Blasian
type
gray.
of
That would be
ET,
even
isn't
better
it?
because Blasians are pretty much kind of like the prototype.
Okay, what's the mission here now? We gotta
You
find
know.
out what's the mission here. We gotta go
I mean,
check the mission.
having had a Blasian girlfriend at one point, you know, Cho, you know, Cambodian, she was goddamn, she was hot and
Let's see,
exotic.
stab R or.
But
hum.
that is definitely a
That
fusion
says-
Friendly.
of
hot
I
tip
guess,
from the
humanity.
super duper #1 pal. God.
But yeah, unfortunately, the amorphous blobs, instead of dealing with the actual situations that they're living through that were induced by the system to begin with,
Okay.
instead they're just being exploited for life extension technology research and told that they're, you know, having body dysmorphia because they were born in the wrong body.
Thank you.
But also, given that I believe in the multifaceted state of reality, there is some aspect of that that does kind of have some semblance of a. I could see how there's some static in the frequency, so to speak, and people might be picking up on aspects of other, you know, manifestations of their form rather than, you know, like the spirit that is eternal
If
that's
I could
attached
just
to
be
it.
able to get to the bus
But
station.
that's also how you get people caught up in Canaanite ballistic worship practices and things like that. And, you know, look what that's done to reality over the course of a couple of
Anybody
millennia.
want to play some Arc Raiders?
Arc Raiders?
Cool.
Yeah.
I need to get my.
Again.
I like I said, I think I need to get my Steam Deck serviced to the point that I'm
know
thinking
what game
of
I haven't played in
actually
a while?
opening a ticket to send it in and making sure that it's able to. Like, I know if nothing else, I need to change out the pads on the thermals and everything because I've used it as much as I have, but I don't even know if even that's going to necessarily guarantee its livelihood over the course of the next few years. Unfortunately.
Do you know what game I haven't
So-
played in
Yeah.
a while, Killer J?
The game you're playing?
No, not Arc Raiders. What's the name of that game? I'll find it right now. Hold up a second. Okay. And we played that game too. Is it on Epic or is? It's the one that. Wow. I gotta find it right now. Hold up. Oh, even.
Hold up.
Not Black Desert. I have Black Desert.
All right,
I
partner.
got a lot of fucking games.
Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is.
Yeah, Limp Biscuit. Yeah. Limp Biscuit is fucking crazy. I wish I could play that fucking music here because I'm on YouTube. I can't fucking do it. But there's a lot of fucking like I don't know what. I think it's on Epic. I bought it on Epic. If I'm not sure. It's not on Steam.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's not on Steam though.
I wish I could find a fucking olive. Like, all I'm picking up is apricots and lemons.
Oh, nice. Apricots and lemons. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I need an olive. I need, like, one olive is all I need.
Damn.
I wish
Really?
I wish I could play this fucking song. What's the name of that song? Hold up.
Yeah,
What
Beard,
do you
I
need,
hope
partner?
after seeing it, I hope that you're able to find more places to, apply Teddy's face in
Teddy's
the
face?
pets in the pet store. You know.
Oh my god. I was like, yeah, he's a perfect mascot.
Do you see that new Supergirl thing they're doing?
You mean a shitty movie?
Yeah.
Right.
I wish I could play this.
No.
fucking
Really
song.
the
No,
actress?
no, and most people, it's not out until this weekend. Maybe as early as tomorrow in some places, maybe based on time zone and stuff. But
I've seen some videos about it, but even
but yeah,
without
the answer to
videos,
your question. Yeah, the answer to your question is going to be wide scale
That would
no
be a
by
great
most
fucking
people
song to play
for
right
weeks
now.
to come. It's not out yet, so no one's seen
That would be a
it.
great
But
song.
in 2 weeks' time, still, no one will have seen it.
I
It's-
don't have any plans to see it.
Yeah, I have no interest in it whatsoever. I gave up on
Oak
James
Slop.
Gunn. He's a one-trick
I gotta
pony.
figure out where
and
I
he's
need to
doing
go
the
from
same
here
shit
because I am
over and
stuck.
over
I
and
am
over
really
and
stuck
over again.
at the moment.
But that's also part of
As a matter of fact, I am in the
mass
right
formation hypnosis. Is they keep applying the revelation of the ritual. Is they
You see
keep
how
just
far can I
doing
go?
it
They're
and
open
putting
in
it
every-
through
I'm not
it
sure.
until you
We're gonna
comply or until you get so humiliated and demoralized that you decide to finally comply. But, yeah.
Maybe I had to choose the mission to go to it.
It's the other reason why you can't have long-standing properties in this world.
I'm stuck.
You
Look at
just have
this,
to learn to appreciate
What the
things
hell?
that are more accessible. Yeah.
That was supposed to be open, that area.
What you need? You need it? I got it.
It's gonna suck to get
Wait,
through this
where do you
fucking
go?
area.
Hang around
The
a bit
hell is
more,
that movie even about?
I don't know, but I seen the actress and I thought, holy shit, they could have not picked a worse.
Oh, John,
Yeah.
did I forget
Dude.
to tell you? You know that red hair chick I normally do videos with?
Yeah, I saw you got a thing with Star Fox.
No. I found an actual fucking person that looks like her completely. I showed it to fucking Killer J. Killer J was like, yo, I'm like, seriously, that's a fucking real person that looks like her.
They found a body double?
Yeah, bro, that's a real girl, bro. And Instagram.
Well,
I didn't know that bitch existed. She
well,
got, she got
for all
she-
you know, part of its matrix that it pulls information from,
Yeah.
use that as a reference.
Well,
Yeah.
when I saw it, my first thought was Lilu from Fifth Element.
And actually that fucking person does exist. Like red hair chick, green eyes, everything. And I was like, holy shit, I went and told Mage Wolf earlier this morning. I was like, yo, Mage Wolf, look, I found a real life version of Luana. Like, yo, this is fucking real. Like, literally, if I could be able to just show, hey, what up, freaking Maverick? What's going on, my brother? So what happened was,
to be
yeah.
fair, Dan, it's far easier for stylized characters to take on aspects of people that exist than
oh yeah,
Yeah, I gotta say, after all, it is a derivative of.
Yeah.
Algorithm is crazy, bro.
Someone's gotta.
I mean, it's kind of like you go into any video game, and if it has a create a character, you can make a version of me within 2 hours. Time.
Yeah, and then you appeared. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
If I'm not already in the game, it's just one of the in-game avatars as it is. It's just there's certain.
Okay,
there's
then
like
we came here.
a few different body archetypes that make for mass intricacy of subsystems and things like that that make us all unique snowflakes and whatnot. But the protoforms, though, those are kind of the manifestation of your energy and whatnot. Again,
It's insane though, but I would like to show her. She's fucking gorgeous, bro. I tell you, I never seen her. Listen, I never seen a woman like that perfected completely, like the way I fucking like them. I'm like, holy shit, bro. She is fucking golden. I gotta find the picture, send it to you, Beard. Holy fuck.
All right.
Yeah, bro.
You got me
She's
curious.
Like, God damn, a real life version of Luana. It's like, holy shit. I never thought a person like that existed. She got some stuff in AI, but she's an actual fucking person. Because no AI is gonna fucking dance like that. AI will fucking, when a person dances, AI will skip their hand and do some stupid shit, But this person was just actually dancing. You know, and her voice, and you know what's funny? She's Spanish. That's crazy, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah, Spanish, completely white complexion, green eyes, red hair. I don't know if she's from Chile. I don't even know if she's from Argentina, but she sounds like Argentinian.
I
Yeah,
like the
bro.
sound of all of it, though.
Yeah,
That's cool.
she's fucking cute, bro. I'm telling you. Fucking body, what a body that woman has, bro. Holy shit.
Weird.
Yeah.
My my web browser's just locked up. It's just on Discord, basically. Discord's locked up.
Lame.
Like, I will fucking show, I will find it right now and fucking show it to you guys. You see, what the fuck, who the fuck is that girl in the fucking wreck over here? Sitting down and shit.
So are we getting the PC or the Steam Deck, John?
I wanted to talk to you about that if you're gonna bring it up. For the cost of a Steam Deck, I found a PC for $1,300. That
Or
has
what is
32
it? Steam Machine, or is that what the thing they're doing?
The Steam Machine is the system they put out for over $1,000 to $1,500. So when I looked at that, I was like, it's like based on, because that before you came in here, I had a whole conversation about like the existential threat of my life. But in under 12 hours of the price being announced yesterday, I found a system that looks like it's fairly readily available for $1,300 that has 32 gigs of RAM.
And how much is the Steam Machine?
Like,
$1,600, $1,700?
with taxes, it starts to get at that level. And if you go and buy one of those companion cubes, then that's another $150 on top of it. But I mean, I'm not looking
in cube.
For that, but I just buy the Races Rock Alley.
D-Brand made a companion cube. It's not a skin. It's like a full-on plastic, companion cube from Portal.
Can you fuck it?
That you put the Steam. I suppose you could. It's got plenty of openings. But I mean,
so, it's not
a
real companion cube if it's
but they put that. That's why I knew the price was going to release on Mondays, because I got an email in the morning from D-Brand that the companion cube price got released at $150, and then within 2 hours of that, the price came out. But no, I found a with all current state level tech and actual upgradability built into it. I found a Ryzen 5 processor system that is more capable than the one that's in the Steam Machine to begin with, that runs a Radeon 9060 XT graphics card that just became hardware compatible to Steam OS on the launch of the Steam Machine. And then it's got 32 gigs of RAM and a 1 terabyte SSD.
I'm not a fan of that girl, bro.
With Wi-Fi 6. It's exactly current state tech that has 10 years of expandability built into it for $1,300.
I think that
and then just getting a Steam controller still brings it to $30 less than their 2 terabyte model, and the only thing you give up on is a $20 gimmick ostensibly.
Jamie Lynn said
that makes for easy way to turn the system on, which if that's the biggest thing you have to give up for a $20 gimmick,
then who gives? Yeah,
exactly because I watched about 12 hours of coverage on it to see, because I don't care about 4K gaming as much. I just want to make sure that it takes care of the next 5 to 10 years of use for hardware. But yeah, like the stuff that I was watching in comparison to a system that you could build around that price, you can just see it, and it's like when you're spending that, if it had come out at the price that I was expecting it, which would have been $300 gift to $750 range for the low ends, up to $1,000, which is the economy they wanted to come into to market towards, then yeah, it would have been a buy immediately, instantly. But once you get into the $1,000 at the price of entry, then you might as well just look at like getting the most value out of the component dollar that you're purchasing. And at that point, I like I said, I found a system that is twice to 5 to 10 times capable in certain aspects for less money, and it's like, I'm like, holy shit, that's a hell of a deal. It's almost
Yeah,
as good
has
as the
the
deal
link
that I
to
found
it?
I
for.
found a savings
Yeah,
box.
yeah. I'll send it to you. It's surprisingly, you know, like and because I'm pretty sure that it's actually on sale too from the big box store itself, rather than just somebody who's independently doing the thing through it. But yeah, let me send you the link. I should have it in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because the specs looked like a
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
What a oy vey.
Yeah, when I saw that for $1,300, I was like, holy shit. You know, like, but yeah, it is available at, you know, a place that is probably one of the few places that can get away with actually selling stuff like, because it's the exact deal that I got on the hard drive is basically what I'm looking at.
We got
But
a Timo Mario.
it's all current level. It's not GDR4, you know, on the RAM. It's not Generation 3 fucking NVMe. It's like it's all and the graphics card just becoming hardware compatible to Steam OS in the past week. It's like, oh yeah, this is actually the system that you want to get at that money, because that's exactly what's gonna, like, you know, because I can install Steam OS on that build, and that's the thing that I was checking for, and it just became available as of last week. And so this build at $1,300. Oh yeah, this
Oh, no way.
like yeah, because it's from a company that I have no idea who the fuck they are. I don't care. All the parts come from China, in the same fucking factories. They just are stamped with different fucking brands at the end of the day. On the components that are in there that are branded and are the thing. That's all that really matters to me in terms of being able to actually put together, you know, the show that I have in mind. Because the other good thing that's going on is I have cleared up a whole bunch of my side. I finally made that David Bowie album that I've been wanting to make for the last 5 years from the special that they did. So I got like a 3-hour long 37 track playlist that I adapted from a 42 song celebration of his life, 5 years on the anniversary of his death, and now 10 years later and a few months, I finally got
the funny part. I am in this
worked
area.
out last
I guess I'm gonna hop offline. I'm gonna go to bed, y'all.
All right, Slippy.
I gotta get.
Peppy.
I know you're peppy.
Peppy.
But he said hop, so you know I guess that does imply bunny too as well. So
Like
yeah.
Benjamin Rabbit, take it easy.
They both hop. You know, actually,
I
there's
start
more.
work at 9 a.m.
Fine, whatever. How may I serve you?
Damn.
I'm trying to remember
Got them
in
banker hours.
the formation.
Really don't
You've got Slippy and Peppy are the wingmen, right? And Falco is on your tail, right?
Yeah.
And you-
Falco
yeah.
is the ace pilot.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're the one who's riding on his tail. That's right.
Yep.
He's yeah.
I see you've met my father's tech guru. It's Sabako.
Well, Starfront, yeah, good. Starfront
But he's
can be
captain.
Totally.
I thought Fox.
If you're looking for Suiko,
Yeah, I
you'll
thought
need
Fox
an
was
access
out
code to
front
reach
because
your
they're
office.
your support vehicles.
Yeah.
That's why you're here,
And he's not your
right?
lead.
Give us the
Because
code.
then he would be an obstacle
No.
that you'd have to avoid firing upon. So in the game, they made it so that you were the squadron leader.
Exactly.
Crawl into the vent.
Yeah, Falco, he rides on your tail and he covers
This
your
sounds
tail.
complicated.
And
Write
then
it down
you've got
for us.
Hoppy, you got Peppy and Slippy as your
Alright.
wingmen.
Yeah.
The two Hopalong
Slippy is the
characters.
one that always get in trouble.
There is a computer
And
in the
Right.
warehouse
and
where you can
Peppy
generate an
Do a barrel roll!
and
Yeah,
Peppy
it's been
is the
Thanks.
one that
over a
that
decade
actually
since I've last
guides
seen any of
you.
this shit.
At
Peppy's
end
the
of
one that actually
vent,
guides you and
there
watch
is a
and
fan
tells
that
you
will
what's going
chop
on.
you
Like,
to pieces.
Fox,
But
watch
yeah,
out.
at
Like, all bullshit.
that amazing price though, that
I need
machine
you
is so
to
much of a
find
better
my
deal
father.
on a per
Take
component
this EMP
purchase
device.
dollar.
With it,
Yeah.
you can
That
shut
is
out the fan.
not
and
even
connect
not,
the
it's
bypass.
yeah, it's like
Can we
dude,
use it on enemies too?
that is a far better deal for a pre-built system
Its name is Beetle.
that you know,
Please take care
we're
of it.
at this point, you know, like you know, with that system all you have to do is just go and
understand
enter
everything I told
into
you?
the queue to get a Steam machine controller or a Steam controller
It's not
rather
that cute.
at some point, because the Steam controller is still badass,
Okay.
still amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Cute.
And the Steam Deck is still great as well. but at the price that I got it, and a Steam machine would have been awesome at the price that I wanted it. But unfortunately, we live in a different reality that has made me even being able to because, you know, I with the Steam Deck and a system that runs Steam OS, I can get more capability out of my Steam machine by just turning it into a passive system that plays off of Steam Link instead, and then I can just, you know, have internet access or whatever, tether basically to my at-home server, like a PlayStation Portal for the PS5. Do the same thing with a Steam Deck. In addition to keeping games on it natively, you can also turn it into a hub. So if you do actually have a decent system, that's why it's good. Well, that's why it's good to have a game server kind of thing at home, and then you have another piece like a Steam Deck that you can take with you on travel. And then when you plug it into a hardback Ethernet, whenever you get to your destination, you've effectively spanned your network entirely, and you have a built-in authentication trust, so you can use your computer at home wherever you go. And so, like, that's the setup that I'm planning on building once I have all the components in place to turn this into a Steam OS node. That's my ultimate aim.
Let me see how much fucking combos I can get out of these motherfuckers right now.
Because now I've got like a system that runs Windows to the level that I need it, and I can just use that as my file server, and then I can use SteamOS as my daily driver.
John, take a Discord.
/ game server.
I'll say something.
I would, but my shit's locked up, and I think I'll have to close my browser before I can look at anything. But,
Yeah.
Let me check on my phone. Let me check on my phone. Oh, I already saw that. Yeah. No, I saw it. I just didn't acknowledge it. He's trying to incorporate me into your furious behavior.
I'm just doing it just to fucking see how much combos I can get out of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. No, he sent me an image of a Wolf Boy John a while back when we were talking about furries.
It hurts my fingers.
Thank you, Kyle.
I'm gonna break some combos up in here. You know what? I'm gonna do 1,000 before I end the fucking screen for the hell of it.
Thankfully, I got my phone still working.
I'm gonna break a record right now. I think I hit 1,000. This is gonna be bullshit in here. Yeah, bro. Don't mess with him. Ninja Dan. Yup, always been a Ninja Dan. Always.
This is a great fucking. I'm like.
I know. You know, this is the thing. Like, we were talking about. Someone was talking about the other day about like the not wanting a thing, and then the thing that you actually need will reveal itself.
Yeah, I'm gonna say thing looks identical to what I got Donna, except that it's Radeon.
I can make it to 1,000.
Right? And it's that Radeon architecture that makes all the difference. Because the Radeon card makes it Steam OS compatible without having to use Bazite or Catchy. I can actually put legitimate straight Steam OS that I've been using for the last 2 years, and I know how to do everything.
I just looked it up, and
inside of
NVIDIA
that.
doesn't work with Steam OS right now.
No, but they are working towards it with NVIDIA directly. And the card that I'm getting, the Radeon
that's why
card.
I said right now.
And the Radeon card in the system that I had found just became compatible as of the Steam machine's release. So they were holding off on they're building out the Steam OS user base because Steam OS is actually the coolest thing in all of Steam's setup ultimately because it's an open source software operating system.
It's like Linux.
It is Linux. It's a version of Linux, and because of that, though, it's very open and friendly to just doing stuff. When I was using my Steam Deck as my daily driver, I had a far easier time doing video editing using my Steam Deck as the backbone, and that's attributed to the operating system more so than anything else. I would have to say because the open source nature of the way that I approach things, it's far better.
I haven't experimented with the OS much.
I got a strap right there.
I do want to get away from the Windows environment.
Right. Well, if you can find a way, Catchy or Bazai are forms of Linux that are free that would give you the same kind of benefits of running a Steam OS without the hardware.
Oh shit! You lived through that shit.
So
I've
yeah,
got,
if you're looking for
I don't know,
something for
maybe
right
I've
now,
got a couple of old computers that I might look at downloading everything off the computers and wiping it for us first.
Well, that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. Because like I used to be on all these various streams, and I'd have to stream like within every 12 hours. I always had a stream coming up. Right?
I forget how old my hardware is sometimes. Jeez.
And so in the last few weeks, I've just been clearing out a whole bunch of dead wood so that what my approach has been is if I take care of these back tasks, then I can take care of actually starting to build my streaming studio, because I'll have all those projects out of the way and I'll have those hours available to me. And then once I get done with that, then I'm just kind of ratcheting things out, and it seems like things are slowly but surely actually kind of coming to fruition. But I'm in the process of doing that very thing right now, because I've had 3 different computer systems fragmented over the course of the last 2 years that I'm trying to coalesce all the data back into this 12 terabyte drive that I just got as my main archive, and then I can have a node that works as my media server. And then I can have a game server node that's also my daily driver for doing streams and video editing and just like all that stuff. And then I've got my Steam Deck as a remote piece that I can either use in conjunction with that system already in place, just using it as a touchscreen panel, or I can take it with me and have access to my network anywhere in the world. So that's, yeah, and once I'm able to actually start putting this together, I used to do content creation videos under the channel name Awesome Deck, was the name of my series, and the channel before I changed it to Problematic White Guy. But yeah, I want to make more stuff about using tech in interesting ways, especially given the shape of reality that we are living in right now. That it's
limbo.
It's far better to to kind of like try to figure out how we actually deal with the things we have, rather than something that might might look appealing, but then when you get to the nitty gritty of it, you just fall into traps. But
there's no entry there.
But yes, no, like I certainly can't complain about things at the moment. Despite the highs and lows of this life, like I say, with the great highs also come great lows, but even in the great lows, I can find, things that are even more priceless than when I had access to things of means, and I actually had money.
Be over here. So I take that device with me.
And I think that's ultimately what life is about. Commiserating through the misery.
Yeah, I gotta take that, yeah.
Quite a punch.
My name is Beetle, and you're my bestest friends.
But I've got like I got this idea for the conspiracy show beard. Yeah. So like I'm a 9 Inch Nails fan, obviously.
Yep.
Well, in all the years of doing that, when he did his little side venture with his wife, when they did How to Destroy Angels, they have this little clip of an animation of an eye that has like a static pattern rolling through it that I'm planning on using in conjunction with a few other things once I have a video editor, so that I can have that as being the set background of one of the rooms, so that we can have just a nice dark eye upon us the entire time.
There you go.
Right?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I kind of like the all-seeing eye, but not at the same time kind of thing.
Exactly. Because like there is an all-seeing eye, and then there's another all-seeing eye.
George Washington would love it.
Right? Exactly. And the trick is to be able to be seen by the appropriate eye. But one of them will find you, and one of them will see right through you, and to your benefit or detriment.
Okay, good.
In the course of
Any
of
more
your
bad
conduct, I
guys?
suppose,
Yeah.
right?
Right, no cop.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I can honestly say I've been blessed with finding some very incredible deals in the last few weeks.
Boy, they.
Yeah. I mean, that 12 terabyte drive for $150 was fucking insane. And then,
dude, that's insane,
and then,
yeah.
and then this PC, like the RAM. Just think about 32 gigs of RAM. The price of 32 gigs of RAM nowadays. Alone.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's just like, and like, it's got the exact architecture that you would need, and it's fucking $50 less than the high-end model of. Actually, it's $150 less than the high-end model, but it's $50 less if you go and buy a Steam controller in addition to it, just to like be like, oh, well, now I have the full benefits other than being able to suspend
not
it.
to mention, I was looking at some of those benchmarks. That's the sort of thing that'd probably go for 2800.
I found another machine last night that was similar, but instead it had an NVIDIA card, but it was a $3,000 system that was being sold for $1,300 because it was just it was at the end of the year and it was a desperation sale. And so right now, actually, and that's the crazy thing, is in the last day, because of this price announcement happening when it did, this is Christmas in July times. So there are a lot of desperation sales that are actually happening right around the corner. So all the stuff that has been out of price for the last few months will, in certain instances, you'll find deals.
July and August are usually the best time to buy a new computer.
Right. And sometimes you'll find like a lead up kind of like
if you're really lucky, October because of holdover.
Right. And we're in the instance right now where that system that I found is just in the lead up to it because we're coming to the end of June and it'll be July next Wednesday. So this is just kind of like a deal
that's a good weapon though.
So finding that computer at that price, and then I just went and I asked AI, I was like, is the Radeon 9060 SteamOS compatible? First it says no, and then right underneath it says as of June 26th. And I'm like, last I checked, you know, or not June 26th, it might have been like May or some shit. I can't remember the exact date they had there, but it's been basically, it's compatible with SteamOS as of the release of 3.82, which is the final release, the current build for the Steam machine level of it. And of course there'll be more refinements, but yeah, that machine with the Steam controller, that is a gaming system / streaming workstation that you can use for 5 to 10 years without fail, and it still has expandability because that socket, the processor socket, can still go up to a socket 9.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might last longer than that. Like, put it in perspective.
Oh yeah,
if I gave you the hardware read on my computer, you'd be like, what do you mean you've been using it for 10 years?
Oh yeah, well, that's the thing.
I'm still running high-end games, and I'm an upper mid in the fucking tech platform because of the speed of my hardware.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing that I was talking about earlier when I was talking about when they try to say inflation costs on things. No, I built a computer for $5,000 20 years ago, right? And so the idea of computers costing $5,000 these days to me is not out of line. But now that but that used to be something like I built the most high-end it was I just built it because I was like, I want to see that much power all coalesce into a system, and it cost $5,000. So, you know, it didn't mean that the system that I built was worth $10,000, $12,000. No. Although people who look at inflationary models will try to tell you that. No, I built a system that was worth $5,000, and now the day, like, the systems that you can get, you know, for a fraction of that cost can actually do far more. But if I hadn't got honeypotted the way that I did when I was making that music video, that ultimately, because I got hit with some kind of terrible worm. When I was making the video for Head Like a Hole, I found like a whole bunch of unauthorized footage about shit that was going on in the war and things like that, and I ended up having this weird fucking attack that I've never experienced before or since. But I was on this website and I went to download. It crashed my computer. I reboot, and then in the middle of the reboot, I go back to try to get into the website. It wouldn't allow me to download that file anymore, and it just became, over the course of the next 10 minutes, less and less responsive on each successive reboot until it wouldn't boot at all, and then I just had to go and use the systems that we had at the computer lab. But had that not happened, I'd probably still be using that system to this day, because if you buy a good system of components that actually operate together, it'll last you a good decade, 15 years.
Whoa.
Right?
And we're well past the old days. I'll say this. Back when things were being engineered for fill in the blank, graphically and otherwise, they were still advancing the hardware toward the potential of software. Somewhere along the way, they moved so far ahead that we're still in a place where software is catching up with hardware. So there are hard practical limits. You can't really do more than 6 threads at 3 gigs in a reasonable fashion. You can't really do more than 1800 bus speed for anything.
Right.
Because of the physical limitations of hardware. And so we're at a point now where I didn't realize I was getting my computer at peak.
Yeah.
Like, I could use this for bit mining if I wanted. And now I'm an upper mid computer, but yours is like I said, I'm just like you start to look at what is comparable to mine in the market today. It is the status quo for what a gaming computer is now.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild, and it hasn't shifted. Like I said, when I got it, it was ultra high end.
Right. Well, that's because 10, 15 years ago, the focus stopped being on how to progress tech in meaningful ways, and instead it just became how do we go in and fuse ideology with the shit that's already here. And,
and that was it at that time. I saw that
everything,
and I knew the technical limits. I knew it had to plateau, and I was like, when do I pull the trigger? When do I pull the trigger? Because I was still exploiting virtual computing to emulate threading, and I was like. And that was when I did it. And I'm like, I still have the, the Premiere 1080 that they showed at Vegas. So it's still a higher bench speed than any other NVIDIA on the market today, which is crazy because now my computer is actually better for bit mining than it is gaming. But it's but the firmware, you know what I mean? You can't do anything about that. So I'm busy looking at I got Donna her computer and she's like, oh, do you want to trade computers? I feel bad because it doesn't look as good. And I'm like, no, I would. The one thing I can do on my computer is I can alt-tab as many fucking things as I want like a total dickhead without any fucking slowing down.
See, that's the
You can't do that. I spec'd mine for a specific reason.
Yep.
It's the same with everybody now.
Those are the kind of impedances that I was looking at, and that's one of the things before we got in here that we were talking about with the new Steam machine that got released because the volatile nature of the RAM market. It has 16 gigs of RAM, but that means that you're either getting 2 8-gig sticks to make that 16 gigs, or you're getting one 16-gig channel.
Right.
Which means that you can upgrade it easily to 32 gigs just by getting another 16. But if you have 8 gigs, then you have to buy a whole fucking 32 setup. And so either way, and you don't know. It's at their discretion. And they made it a release lottery. You have until the 25th to sign up. You could sign up for all 4 systems, but you only get one of the 4, and you just are getting entered into a queue on the 29th, I believe. The 25th or the 29th. You have to sign up by the 25th, and then on the 29th, they'll send out the emails whether you're accepted to even get in the queue to buy one at that point in time. So is
it even worth it though?
No, especially in that in that same amount of time, in under 12 hours, I went and I found the exact same thing, but better.
Because when you get into the actual tolerances and ability for the hardware to function, you're like, is it practical to have more than 32 gigs in the first place that's any faster than DDR4? Once you learn how caching works, you're just like, Well, I guess if I want to render a movie, it is.
That's what
That's
I
it.
feel like
That's
Yeah,
it.
a little
That's
bit
it. There's
overhead.
nothing
And if
else.
you're- Right, and if you're not using it for editing purposes like that,
Then it's a total waste of money.
Exactly.
It's never gonna get used. It's like having a Lamborghini so you can fucking commute around town.
Right. It's like, why did you buy this thing?
Damn it.
You know, and that's the thing that I was always looking at this as is I just want to buy something that takes care of my needs. And my needs as a guy
And these
who
fucking
wants to
bad
actually
guys.
do streams, actually play games with other people, and do all this kind of stuff. You know, I just need
Gotta move
something
on,
that
yeah.
does that effectively. And
Well, won't just do it effectively. It should kick ass at it.
Oh yeah, well here's the funny thing. It's like I've got a 4K monitor, it doesn't have HDR in it, but it has 4K display capabilities, at least in terms of what it can render on the screen. So,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know if I'll even run stuff at 4K. I
That
just
is
might
device
run it
break.
just at 1440, just to.
What would be the point in running at 4K anyway? It would just fucking kill system resources.
Right, because my system, my monitor, while it's 4K, doesn't have HDR and it's only 60 megahertz, so it's only going to run 60 frames tops. So I'll just,
like
you know,
what-
like I'd rather just run 1440
Yeah.
and have 60 frames all day, and put all that other stuff in texture details and whatnot. That's, you know, more.
Well, that's just it. And the average person doesn't actually have the reflexive ability to respond to something higher than 60 frames in the first place. I remember getting into arguments about this, and I was like, when I was a competitive shooter, I needed a resting frame rate of 200 FPS, and I needed a refresh rate of 140. And people were like, how the fuck do you know it makes a difference? I'm like, but when I'm playing a competitive shooter at a professional level, it does. That's it. I'm like, I don't worry about that shit anymore.
But yeah, like, because unless you're actually tuned into what you're doing and your mind is actually set on the task, your psychotic reasoning kicks in, and everything that, like, we all inhabit a different version of reality just on the way that our own internal dynamos tick. You know, because of the psychotic reasoning that we have when we process things, we omit shit from our vision all the goddamn time. Otherwise, we would go insane. That's why we only see the spectrum that we do. Is because this is
Gotta have
operational.
reasonable limits.
right, exactly, and that's what we're finding in tech. Same thing, and it's like, you know, the whole idea of, you know, when they try to promote the idea of climate change as being like this thing that's going to destroy reality. It's not to the level that they want to make it out to be. But having a shitload of data centers around the world all operating at once is going to affect our power grids and us in like immediate ways that we'll have
some weird shit people aren't ready for.
And depending on what kind of power systems that you use, it can have micro effects on aspects of the environment. So they have the generator windmills that are out in the middle of the ocean, right? And with those ones, they create a vortex that takes away temperature in the ocean to just the right level that it can basically starts killing off the species that inhabit.
Oh yeah, I'm loving the shit people freaking out with it killing stuff, and I'm like, what did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah, but that's part of like the natural order of things, is life and death, and you know, it's like that again. It's like being able to approach these things with some level of discernment and balance.
Something I know.
Yeah, part of the natural order is also man's dominion over Earth, and try to explain that to a libtard.
They never fucking.
I'm like,
they're never gonna.
No, it's like no, we're kind of like supposed to be the terraformers. That doesn't mean screw up nature. It means mod. You know what I mean? Like.
Right, we're supposed to shepherd.
Don't pull a Bill Gates, pull a fucking Howard Hughes, please.
Right. You're supposed to uphold the sanctity of the splendor of God rather than try to undermine it through your own mechanizations of dogmatic principles, because then it becomes corrupted like everything else, and you know, in this weird realm of power.
Yeah, we don't need more corruption. Like, corruption's easy. Play life.
Nothing
on
else.
hard mode,
I can easily say that, Beard, you have made the last 2 years of turmoil and suffering, you know, all the more like, you know, worth it. because
Good.
I greatly appreciate the opportunity to work on things now that I've gotten a blockage out of my way and a distraction at the same time.
Like, I gotta say, I'm like, I suppose I have a different appreciation for it than a lot of other people, seeing as I am, by all technical accounts, a professional ghost.
Trying to figure my way out.
When I try to explain what that means to a lot of people, I'm like, you know what a ghostwriter is, right? Okay, so let me tell you what.
You're a wizard. That's what you're saying. Is I'll give you an idea. I'll give you my.
So let me tell you, like, yeah, the like last year when I reread a comic book. When I rewrote a comic book script for someone so they could do a Netflix pilot, using a screenplay, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, well, how come I've never heard of you? Because you're not supposed to.
Right. Well,
if no one takes care of those people, you don't have the creative industry. like.
Got it.
Well, that's ultimately what it comes down to is like, in this weird dichotomy of things. If you want to just get down to what it's all about at the level,
sleeping.
What do you do with your magic? Do you use your magic to empower other people, or do you empower yourself through other people? You know, like, are you a wizard or are you a sorcerer? That's what Lord of the Rings is about. Maybe try to be a wizard. Don't be a sorcerer.
Well, yeah. If nothing else, you'd think you'd want to be serviceable to a higher power, whatever that means to you.
Exactly.
And clearly, if there's going to be one worth caring about, it has to demonstrate itself in some kind of serviceable good.
Indeed. Well, it's that whole idea of, like, your good faith goes beyond your silly hat, and if you actually operate in good faith, it doesn't matter what you call it, you're all still operating within the same system, right?
That's well, I'm like, and that's the other thing. I'm like, speaking as a Freemason, I can't tell you how much I appreciate the opportunity to do something like that, because quite frankly, all the effort well, you already know the story. Like, all the effort I've put into doing that,
right,
has been in vain over the last year. And that's just it. I'm looking at this like, okay, well, this is maybe half of what I would have given, right? If
I'm in Roadkill
the meaningful causes I've been pursuing came to fruition. So I feel like, in a sense, I'm getting like a deal. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to go toward something I care about, that's serviceable and good to other people, that you know what I mean? I'm like,
well, thanks to the generosity of both you and Jay in the last month of time, like, the next 3 to 5 years of doing this stuff seems a lot more accessible and available, because, like, even Will, he's been talking to me about, like, doing editing for the company that he's doing the stuff for, because they want him to do all these other things. And I'm like, if you just need a good line editor, I can do that. But of course, having more stable hardware would be the biggest limitation in that factor, other than they're in the Philippines, not here.
Absolutely. Well, and that's just it. Like, in the matter of, like, being serviceable to a brother.
I'm on level 17 with Mary.
I should just repeat the obligation. What is it? I will help aid and assist all poor and distressed brothers. As far as what is it? I will help aid and assist all poor and distressed fellow craft masons. They apply to me as such, and I find them worthy, as far as their necessities may seem to require, or my ability to give will permit. And that's precisely it.
Try to focus on the game, Jamie. That's what I'm trying to do.
You know what I mean?
I mean, awesome gratitude and appreciation.
And that's just it. Like, why would I see someone as worthy of such a thing?
Indeed.
Right? You know what I mean? And that's, I think, the big question that people overlook. It's just like, well, and it's blatantly obvious to anyone that sees it.
Well, like, I'm glad that I could prove myself to you in the course of the past year and change of knowing you.
Well, right. and that's just it. As far as their necessities may seem to require, their ability to give will permit. Like, okay, understanding that phrase, people overlook the fact that as far as the necessities may seem to require has nothing to do with like giving you a ham sandwich because you're starving. It goes back to the old biblical analogy. Well, this is the difference between giving a man a fish and giving him a rod.
Right.
The goal here is not to be like, oh boy, I have another dependent. No. It's to pick that asshole up off their feet and let them, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and that's why I was saying it. I greatly appreciate your permission specifically because it is.
That's literally what it is. That's literally.
You're permitting me to get out of the rut that I've been in for the last whatever length of time. But look at all the stuff that because I've had this weird technological schism in the course of the last 2 years. I reshaped my approach to what I'm even doing in this space, and and have actually kind of been able to come to some level of appreciation for even what it is and why it is, and all that kind of stuff. So it's like,
all right, guys, I gotta go and
it's
see
been
if I can
beneficial
raid
because
somebody
of
else's
those
channel.
limitations that I
wish
have
I could
actually
raid somebody
operated under.
else's channel.
It has created for me certain necessities to be created at certain times. And oh, sorry, Dan. Go ahead, say your outro.
No, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna go.
Wait, was everyone else listening to us talk?
Yeah,
I guess so.
We're on stream.
Oh, I shouldn't have said a certain thing there. All right, well, whatever. Fuck it. I guess fuck me.
Well, that's it. Yeah, like that's why I was kind of like I was trying to not necessarily mention my.
Well, whatever. I don't care. I'm
but nonetheless, I
no one can take it from me.
I know a magnificent wizard, and I appreciate the ability to seek you out in counsel and
what? There's actually raid.
All the time. So, this though, I've actually
It's actually raid job. Blair's or Conductor Jackson or.
Because Will's got his stuff going on, all this kind of stuff. In the last few weeks, all that clumped up time that was getting in the way of me just being able to clear up some shit and just kind of
base comics, whatever.
I had a whole bunch of inventory that just needed to get processed, basically. And now it feels like, because I think that's part of the reason why I've been so wired.
It's actually
it's just it
let's
was a high energy
Alpha
day.
Omega, bro, because he's playing games. I like the raid game streamers though.
But yeah, no, it's been a high energy kind of day where I've just felt like I've gotten, because I got the last few just personal kind of projects that I wanted to take care of. Those are completely done, and so now that I've got those done, I can now work on coalescing all my data
I will
back
raid somebody on
into,
YouTube.
Back into a solid setup, and then I can just build out my media libraries and all the other stuff, and I can actually start documenting all this stuff.
Redman, holy
do the
shit!
thing. So, yay!
I'm glad to have finally done it.
I appreciate the rod, sir.
Yeah, since I have been deciphering messages, and I'm like, okay, what is this? More specifically, without getting into details, the deciphering is like, okay, what is this collaborative thing I'm being directed to? I'm waiting for it to hit me. What is this? What is this? I had ideas, and bam, here it is. I'm just like, oh, okay. Whatever you say.
All right, I'm gonna say my outro.
Oh yeah, no, dude. I have had the idea of doing in-depth Masonic.
Guys, don't forget to hit that like, hit that follow, hit that subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow with Xenoblade. We're gonna continue the Xenoblade saga tomorrow, and
that there's something there.
Thursday another Xenoblade saga.
Well,
and then Friday will be Star Fox the debut, so I'll be able to have a Luana video for Star Fox, and also the game itself. So me and Killer J is gonna be actually be streaming that day. And Slay, I don't know where you were at, but shout out to you too, man. Whatever you were doing out there, but anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna hit the sack. I'm gonna be on Discord for a little bit more with these guys, and then I'm about to go to bed. So guys, thank you for coming in. You guys have a fantastic night. I am going straight to the fucking bed. And
Yeah, you
I'm
sound
gonna leave
pretty
you with an
tuckered out
intro,
there.
guys.
What? Yeah.
Furious Dan came in hard, boots on the towel, jaw set tight, talk all day, throw soft comments, so the room went quiet. One hard glance, he rolled his sleeves, cracked his knuckles, stared right through the cheap fake hustle, broke that grin with a single scowl. Now the whole crowd back up now. You keep talking, talking, talking. He keeps walking, walking, walking. Every lie in a neat little row gets knocked down fast right to the floor. Furious Dan, fist of shame. Furious Dan, say his name. Say his name. Fist of shame, out of rain, rain, rain. Furious Dan, bring that pain. Furious Dan, bring that pain. Furious Dan, fist of shame, out of rain, 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 rain. Coffee on the counter, papers in the sink. Someone said a stupid thing, made the whole thing shrink. He don't need a speech, he don't need a throne. One hard stare and the loud mouths fold. Fouls in the air, pride on the line. He cuts through the smoke, leaves truth behind. If you came to bluff, better duck and run when Furious Dan steps in, your case is done. Keep talking, talking, talking. He keeps walking, walking, walking. Every lie in a neat little row gets knocked down fast right to the floor. Furious Dan, fist of shame. Furious Dan, say his name. Say his name. Fist of shame, out of range. Furious Dan, bring that pain. Furious Dan, bring that pain. Fist of shame, out of range. Hands in the air, room starts shaking. One last laugh, then the floor stops breaking. He don't chase cloud, he don't chase fame. He just sends that noise back where it came from. Furious Dan.